Hi folks, welcome to the Masks of Nyarlathotep campaign here at Immortals Inc. in Rocky River, Ohio, on the west side of Cleveland. We're starting off what I think is session number 26 of the campaign, and when last we left, our characters were wrapping things up in New York City and getting ready to head on over to jolly old England, where we'll be picking things up momentarily. We're down one player this week, and we got a couple of people who haven't quite made it to their seats yet. But before we get started, how about two who are here introduce themselves?
I'm Nate Elwood. I am playing the new character that I just rolled up not that long ago. Captain Sean O'Donnell, a former military surgeon and a coroner.
And I'm Diana playing Trinidad Rizzo, a dilettante.
And since folks aren't here at the moment, why don't we kind of briefly recap what happened last time collectively. I know you weren't here,
yes,
Nate, but I don't know if you had a chance to check in and get the latest updates. But we had started things off with a planned raid. Do you remember what was going on with that time?
The raid was for Mabel's Bar. Detective Poole?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Lieutenant Poole.
Lieutenant Poole was taking care of that, had us staying away from it, made it clear to us to stay away from that scene, so we did. And kind of.
For certain values of away, yeah. So instead of being right at
we did.
Right at the raid,
it.
you were, about a, block and a half away at a subway station. And did you guys stay quietly at the platform?
Oh, of course not.
Right.
No.
So where did you go?
So we went down, and I think we were like, we went right down and went under Mabel's Bar to investigate to see if we can see where the hole was that
led up into her basement.
Yes.
Where
and,
where we knew there was booze.
Was there a face snake?
There was a face snake.
All right.
Yeah.
So, but across from that hole,
on the other
side of the tracks, we seen plywood up against the wall. So when we moved that plywood, we found its lair, basically in there. We opened up the Hugh's character, I think, opened up the curtain, and there sat the face snake back there, and did a lot of damage to Hugh, I think, at that point.
A couple of people I thought got a little roughed up, but yeah, I think you got, that would be Roland got the worst of it.
Yeah. And, but we did wind up succeeding in killing it.
Do you remember how you took it down?
We shot it several times and then burned. Yeah. We burned. You missed the burning. I said, he's not here.
So they were in the subway tunnels, and they opened up with Elle had a bar, and Roland had a Tommy gun. So it was a little loud down there. But
Cops didn't notice?
Apparently not, or at least didn't raise a fuss. And then when it burned, do you remember there was a little smoke?
So, and that was from the smoke, we started hearing voices, sounds coming from the smoke, which I believe were the cultists coming after us. So we wound up successfully killing some of them. Roland was really injured at that point, so then we heard fire trucks coming. So
there was something else with the cultists too. Do you remember what the other thing was that was accompanying the cultists? There were some zombies.
There were some zombies. I was staying clear of all that. I didn't have the Tommy guns and all the weapons, so. Though
I think you did go charging in with a shovel or something at one point.
I did.
Yeah.
Failed miserably and tripped everywhere. So, so then I think we all proceeded to help. Was we going to help Roland out, or did we not let the firemen come in and find him?
You were trying to decide what the best way to deal with that would be, and
he sees this thing on the wall.
We got a dog behind the camera there.
It's my dog.
Yeah. Has words for the decorations of the store.
Yep.
But yeah, see, the firefighters did show up, and I think you guys hightailed it out before they showed up so that you could come out with your weapons intact.
Kind of just acting like we were victims.
Yeah.
And caught up down in the subway. We don't know what happened. kind
Right,
of deal.
so you didn't really get the full details on the subway or what transpired at Fat Mabel's, but
The next morning,
Mhm.
we did get the paper. Was it in the paper?
Yes.
All about Mabel's. It was rated, and that was successful. What was it? Did they? I can't remember what happened to. Did they kill
it was the night of the 22nd.
Silas?
Was when you guys did the
I don't
raid.
believe Silas was killed, but I believe he was taken into custody.
He was taken into custody.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we were all just happy with that. That was all done. We did what we did.
You guys sealed
killed-
it, didn't you?
You did. They did
So
seal
So
it.
then we just
which
went ahead and sealed
couldn't
it.
happen until the
The
night.
22nd.
Yes.
First and second.
What is it?
Wow, that's
What
gotta
does
be
it
really loud.
matter? Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me go see if I can. He's freaking out.
You weren't able to seal it until the night of the full moon.
Oh, okay. So we'll have. So they waited around until the
Yeah.
8th.
Right, so they stuck
So-
around until the 8th.
Created the eye, and then.
Correct.
All right.
So hopefully Diana will be back with a calmer dog in just a moment. And hopefully Rich and Hugh will be showing up shortly, or else, this is going to be a very...
One-sided conversation.
exactly, yes.
Okay, I think Carlos has that situation under control.
Okay, good. So you guys stuck around till the 8th, so it's a solid 2 weeks that you're in New York City before you head on to London. And one thing I wanted to bring up was if anyone was planning on studying any arcane books during that time.
Did you guys get anything else from the cultist lair?
We did
Nothing
not.
new.
Nothing.
We did not get
Okay.
anything.
So
This cultist lair was not nearly as well equipped as the previous one.
Juju House 2 was no good.
No, it was
Alright.
not. It was not a well-equipped facility as you had found at Juju House.
Now we're off to making plans to go to London.
Yeah,
That's
and
what we were
so
thinking. Yeah,
It's about a week from
and that's where I
What-
first
New
came
York
in.
to London.
What's been going on with the reporter and the story that we gave her?
Well, she's got your notes copied and has returned them to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And she's verifying and validating information. That's not going to be a fast process
No.
because there are a lot of there's a lot of material there, and some of it can be validated locally. Even that requires going through quite a few records, and other parts requires validating internationally.
But we did go meet with her the next day after
Yes,
all of that
you absolutely
chaos
did.
went down, and we spoke to her. And I think Roland was the one. Did you talk to Rebecca at the New York Times? You did most of the talking with her, didn't you? He was just asking where we were at with her. And
Yeah, we sort of let her in on all of the stuff. Bomber.
did we tell her about all the cultist stuff and everything too the next morning, or?
Told her about the
All
cultists,
stuff,
but not
Medicine
about
told her.
occult or
Okay.
supernatural.
And a 20.
6.
Oh,
I got them all.
There you go.
Cool. This dice failed me last
I
week.
brought extras just for you.
You're,
I just heard that
I burn you.
I
took
may need
quite a
them.
bit of face
I don't
snake
know.
damage.
You don't know
yeah,
how
not
to
only
dice.
that, but like I think I rolled 8
You
ones.
didn't bring me any.
Like out of the
You know where to
12
get
dice I
some?
rolled.
You should have just brought that for me.
Oh, we're
You
still
know
good.
you bring it down and
Is
tease me all the
floating
time.
around there too?
So, you guys have about 2 weeks left in New York City.
Oh, we're not on the boat?
Well, I just want to tell you what total time you had. You had about 2 weeks between when you defeated the cultists and when you performed the ritual, and then you've got about another week of travel time where you're heading to London. So, is anyone studying any of the arcane books during that time?
Yeah, I'll study some books. How, minor things on the Hellfighters.
Mm-hmm.
They all good again, and
They were never that good.
They all
Well-
live in California now. They're fine.
I was gonna say, yeah. We last time we were just like,
We scared
they're
them
like,
off.
we're getting the hell out of Dodge, So
We didn't scare them off. We warned them.
I think your warning was pretty analogous to scaring the hell off.
All right.
As the case may be.
Some points to spend here.
Yeah, they're probably not. Maybe one or two of them are still in New York.
Yeah. What books do we have? I was reading something.
We had like 3 books.
I
The
think so.
Stones, the
I don't remember.
Djinn, and I don't know what the third one was called.
I had this written down at one time. I thought, but
I think somebody had it written down.
I do, I think.
I had a list of books. I don't know which ones we still have. So we had the Final Confessions of Gaspar Farago. We had the
So I think the ones
Platonic
that you have,
manuscripts.
I think you have Selections de l'Hiver Divin. I think you have Amongst the Stones.
Amongst the Stones,
I'll
what
put a
I
little star
have,
by
yeah.
these, okay? Yeah,
And
Amongst the
I
Stones.
think
Life as a God or Africa's Dark Sect.
The
I
Song
think
of the
Africa's
Djinn.
Dark Sects.
Oh, you think it's that one and not the Song of the Djinn?
No, you're right. Song of the Djinn was one that you
We have that one.
Because he
too.
was trying to summon a genie or something.
Yeah. So Song of the Djinn,
Which
Amongst the Stones,
We could pick
and
up
what was
Africa.
the third one?
Selection de l'Hiver.
Yeah, I think those were the 3.
So I will read the Selection de l'Hiver.
Okay.
Because it's in French. I know French.
All right. Is anyone else planning to read material during those 3
I
weeks?
believe I read the book On the Way to Shanghai, Amongst the Stone.
Yeah, but that's not
So you can
relevant
read it again
for,
as somebody else.
Trinidad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sure, I'll read that book.
I mean, a
Yep.
corpse read it.
That's right. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry.
And
Newbie.
was Roland
used to
planning
it
to
one of
read
these
something
days.
as well? Because you do
Thank
have
you.
one more of the Song of the Djinn.
Oh, cripe. Yes. I will.
Okay.
Everything reset.
Everything should be reset.
Yeah, everything is reset,
Oh.
and everybody, I believe I awarded 3 XP at the
Yep.
end of last session. So you guys have that to spend, and if you want, you can shuffle up to 2 skill points, taking them out of an existing skill and assigning them to a different skill. Because that's just a part of the game system that you're allowed to do. So everybody take a few moments to do that while I figure out what happens from the book reading that you're doing.
I figure I got a week on the boat to shuffle my skill points around.
There you go.
So skill points are any of them?
Well, they're not all points are the same. Anything that has a star next to it, 1 point gets
Okay.
you 2. Remember that?
That's the skill. Is that the skill point?
Well, no. Each level of skill
One
is worth
XP.
1 point.
1 point of XP will buy a point unless it's one with an asterisk next to it, because that's an occupational skill. In which case, 1 XP gets you
Gets
2
you 2.
points.
And you can put half points into the ones that the asterisk ones. So
But you have to spend all your points,
yeah.
so you can't sit on it.
Or they're
Half a point.
pointless.
Right.
Or they're pointless.
That's right.
So there's 5 points altogether.
Well, 2 has to be subtracted to be added.
Okay.
So you get +3
Plus
and
3.
and a potential
And move
minus
the
2.
other 2 around.
That's right.
Gotcha. And then all these become back to normal.
All right.
Except your sanity. That never
Dr.
goes down.
O'Donnell, you are going to gain a point of Cthulhu Mythos. You are going to lose a point of sanity.
Yay.
But you do not obtain a spell. You're not quite able to get to that point. But you find some illustrations in this book that look suspiciously like an inverted broken ankh. And you
Did I get that
find
back?
some
Yeah, any points you
references to a
spent, you get
deity
back.
known as Nodens, who you believe is opposed to the god associated with that inverted broken ankh.
Oh, okay. That's useful to know.
It's an elder god. It's not useful to know.
It's always useful to know.
Dr. Kurtz,
Yes.
you also lose 1 point of sanity
Yes.
and gain 1 point of Cthulhu Mythos.
Okay.
And you're pretty sure that this book contains instructions on how to summon a djinn. But you haven't quite been able to puzzle those instructions out. And there are references where you see, well, as you're studying the book, you realize that there are references to an entity that you would call a djinn, where it's also referred to as a fire vampire.
Okay. Does it sound... Okay. I think I'm familiar with what that thing is.
Trinidad,
Oh, I gotta spend that point.
you lose a point of sanity.
Gotta make sure that you have an experience point to do this, though.
No,
No.
no.
This is from you reading.
Yeah.
Oh, we get
We
this.
still
It's a
get,
bonus
we still get
point.
3
Still get-
E's.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a
Oh.
bonus.
This is
I
not
went
really
a
a
little
bonus.
bit crazy reading.
You read stuff and now
Yes.
your mind
Yeah,
is
so you
expanded.
lost the point of sanity.
Cool.
You gained the point of Cthulhu Mythos.
So I got 3 points to spend.
Yes.
And as you're reading through the book,
Dude, I had medicine this whole time.
you that could have been useful.
Fuck.
You find a poem called "The Trappings of a Queen," which kind of resonates with you a little bit, and it talks to the dread ruler. Talks about the dread ruler Nitocris.
How do you spell that?
Nitocris. And I'm trying to find something because it talks about Nitocris's artifacts in that text. And why is that not here? Because it says it's in the appendix, and that appendix was not where it said it would be. One moment. Sorry.
One more point.
Oh, there it is.
I think I'll hold on to that. I don't know what to spend it on.
Maybe another point of fleeing would be good. Maybe 5.
I'll put all 3 of my points in
It
skills. I
talks
didn't have
about
any.
3 items of power that are associated with Nitocris. They are her crown, her girdle, and her necklace. The crown is a jet black circlet that is topped with a cut gem. The crown is blackened with age, and the gem is an exceptionally large clear crystal. The girdle is a gold chain with a large Cabochon cut ruby at the clasp, and the ruby has a 6-pointed star on its surface. And the necklace is on a long silver chain decorated with emeralds, with a large square emerald pendant on it, and that square emerald is carved with an image of a sphinx.
So the square emerald is carved into a
There's
sphinx.
an image of a sphinx
in it?
carved into
Okay.
the square emerald. And you think that these 3 artifacts were the ceremonial adornments of Nitocris.
And these were from Nitocris artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
What language was the book I read in?
I believe it was ostensibly English.
Which one was it? Song of the Jinn is in Arabic.
Oh, not bad.
That was the name of the book, The
That I
Trapping
know
of the
Arabic.
Queen, that I read?
What?
That I know Arabic.
There's one point that you got to spend.
There was a poem
I
was called The
have
Trappings of the
actually
Queen. It's in the book
Okay.
Amongst the
Spaces for
Stones.
languages
Okay.
yet, so Arabic will fill one.
Yeah, Song of the Jinn was in Arabic, sorry.
Okay, no problem. I know Arabic then.
Yeah, I still have
I still know 3
like
languages.
7 languages that I spent on. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I still got 2 languages. So
I got 3.
if we need a language,
So
then
the
it
3
makes
of you are
sense.
pretty much in the downtime between when you defeated the cult and when you arrive in London. You're going to spend just about every moment you had intensely studying these books. But that doesn't tell me what Samus was doing during those 3 weeks.
Oh, I got coloring books.
All right.
I think I lose a pillar.
No, because you lose sanity doesn't mean you lose stability. Stability is when you start losing pillars.
Oh, it's not sanity that you lose pillars?
I thought it was
You
every
have
3
pillars
sanity
of-
gives you a pillar.
Yeah. Every 3 above.
Oh, every 3. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No, I still got 2. I'm good.
I now have 2.
One more than you need.
Well, I'm down to 7 sanity, so
All
I
right.
still have a moral code, and I still believe in human worth. For now.
I don't.
Yeah, that'll change.
That'll change.
Awesome. Yeah, you have pillars of sanity, and then you have sources of stability.
Yep.
So it's a person for the sources of stability normally.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So before we reach London, I was kind of hoping you guys would have a discussion about what you wanted to do there, particularly in light of the notes you have from the previous group and where they left things. What leads you still wanted to follow up on? What you had in mind?
We don't want to visit any werewolf hamlets or see any painters.
Well, we know that we need to do the ritual. So, what day? So, let's take a look at the map or the calendar here. So we did the ritual
On the 8th. It's marked off right toward
Okay.
because that had to be done on the new
So,
moon.
and then 2 weeks after that, we are in
Well,
London.
1 week after that.
1 week.
So, a week after the 8th, we're in London. So,
You're expected to be in London.
all right.
Okay.
So that, which means that we have like 3 weeks and a day to survive in London.
Or we can leave later.
2 weeks in a day. That's a long time.
I mean, the choice
Three
is we
weeks.
could
I mean,
leave.
1 day is a long time for us.
Survivability of that, considering we kind of know what our old characters knew,
I mean, when we do kind of
but
like
we
what
know who
did
we're going for now.
with New York and just go in, get out, try to
Yeah,
do
well,
it that
not when
way.
there's 3 weeks to spend.
I know.
But we can
Well,
leave.
but
a-
we do have to
we could
figure out what's
putz
going
around
on.
for a week.
See what they rebuilt since we've been gone.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly we can do recon. We need to know we need to know what Gavignon has been up to.
Yep.
We need to know how much of the cult that he has rebuilt.
Yep.
We need to know if the power struggle between Gavignon and Zahara is like still a thing, and maybe take advantage of that. So we kind of need to see like what our strategy is, like if we can manipulate Zahara and her, you know,
Why am I not remembering Zahara?
because I might have the name wrong, but
No,
she,
it's like Sahara, but with a Z. I remember.
yeah.
That sounds right.
I don't think you dealt with her. I think it was mostly Tom's
Well,
character. that
she
dealt with her.
remembers the werewolf part of London because
I
that
was
was the
there.
first day she showed up. Was the day we burnt down the village.
No.
No, Diane was here from,
I was
from
there
the time we
before.
arrived
The
in
whole
London.
London?
Yeah.
Because the
Because-
switchover happened. She
Right.
took over right when
we
you
all
guys
left.
left New York City.
Oh,
That's right.
It was too long ago. It was many months.
It has
Yeah.
been months.
So, and our impression was that she wanted to take over the cult. So
I think the only person that really dealt with her though was
Mustafa dealt with her
Mustafa,
most
yeah.
closely, no
Yeah.
question about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and then I
So-
guess survive because there's a really good chance that
Well, we didn't burn down the Blue Pyramid before we left.
that's
Right. The Sahara was the one who ran the Blue Pyramid. That's right.
She was a Spice Girl,
She
remember?
ran the
so we
spice
did
shop.
not know
Zara
if
Shafi.
Zara, if those two are against each other, or we
It-
kind of think. Should
Yeah,
we start with her and see?
I think
or-
I think we need a recon for sure.
As long
to
as you don't
see.
send me in, they might
Yeah.
recognize me.
Yeah, and it's been a couple months since we were last here, and when we were, I'm sorry,
Well,
not
we
me.
weren't here.
When
Yeah.
the previous characters were here, it was we were there for days.
Zara was the spice shop girl.
Right.
Now I know who she is.
That's right.
I looked at my notes. So proud of myself right now.
And it seemed like she was like the second in command, because when like Declan and like, or well, more importantly, when Tom and her were talking, just in the Blue Pyramid, there were instances where like we were seeing people like watching them and not happy about it. Like it seemed like she was protected by other members that were there in the Blue Pyramid. So she has some influence with other Egyptian cult members, which might be dangerous, or we could use it to our advantage. I don't know yet. We need to figure out. And we do have one other thing to worry about now, and that is Alexander.
True.
Who, if he
Who
is,
moved to New England with his buddy
yeah,
and lives in Boston now.
yeah.
Well, when we were in London, was it? No, it was when we were in
China?
China. That's where they were trying to recruit Alexander, I think.
So you think he went back to China?
I think he might be with that guy.
I think he's.
China.
I don't think so.
Is
I
it
think, I think he
Penhu?
goes with
Penyu's
whoever he
dead.
wishes. No,
I think
we
he's
don't.
backtracking.
Well, Penhu is dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Penyu's
Yeah,
dead.
Penhu is dead,
Yeah.
but he wasn't the.
The whole thing.
He wasn't
was
the power behind the throne or nothing. I think he was just another member of the cult. Gavin Yan was the leader.
Okay. So you could think he's back with Gavignon,
No.
Alexander?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well, who knows? He'll go with whoever wants to.
I
Yeah.
think it would be the smartest and shortest route for him to go.
I just thought he was with Ho Fang because he jumped off, or he had the boat. And
Yeah, he
jumped
could have
off
went
and-
back to China. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I knew he was in New York.
I think
Ho
he's
Fang was trying to
backtracking.
get him. Yep.
I think he's backtracking, or following us.
So, do we think that he can see us and everything?
He might have a mask. He'd be able to see everybody. He would be all knowing. You don't remember the mask
I do remember the mask.
at the bottom of the
I
ocean?
thought the mask was gone, but now you just said he may have the mask, and I'm like, he probably did go back and get that mask, didn't he?
Oh, it's on the bottom of the Indian Ocean.
He has water serpents or
Or deep ones.
The deep
Deep
ones.
guys.
The deep
Yeah.
ones got
or
him.
krakens.
I think we thought that, but hopefully the box that we put the mask in would be hidden because of the spell that we cast on the box. At least that's the theory.
True.
Or it's a beacon.
I
who knows?
forgot. Yeah.
Or it's a beacon, yeah.
Either
Okay.
way.
So, yeah,
All right. So,
we got to go there.
what do we want to do
and
when we get to London? Like, let's have
Not
an
get
actual,
noticed.
Well, let's have an actual plan here.
How
Though.
does that happen?
Well, we never
That's what I
thought
think the plan. Like,
the cult beast or whatever
Yeah,
in
if-
the London area.
Okay.
Yeah. Clearly, we didn't do enough while our other characters were in London to prevent what's going on.
Yeah, but we
Right.
never.
Well, first
thought
off,
of-
we have to see what weird stuff's going on in London. But we're pretty sure weird stuff's
But
going
we
on.
did remember disrupt Gavin Yan's like
summoning
Lair.
ritual.
well, his all of it. We
His house.
destroyed his
Egypt's
house.
house.
We destroyed his factory. So like we slowed down everything that he
Right.
was trying to do here.
But
You
we
had to
never
rebuild
encountered.
He'd have to rebuild everything.
We never encountered the critter because we never went to the ritual or whatever.
Yeah.
we didn't
Assuming
make
there
it
is
that
one.
far.
Assuming there is a critter.
Maybe it's just a fog monster.
Yeah.
There
I
was a
think
lot
that
of
was just a
fog.
spell.
Or Gavin Yan himself might be.
'Cause if you
something
remember,
more that we don't
There was
know.
a something or another that had a spell that manipulated the fog or something.
Yeah,
I don't
we-
read those kinds of books.
We read a book which had that spell ritual in it. I just don't think we have it anymore.
It's one of the books that's in Taiwan.
Yeah. So it's definitely a spell.
We should
But
probably
what's
head to
more
Cairo.
dangerous though? What's more dangerous than the spell is the person or thing that can cast that spell, and I think that is what the threat is here.
Wasn't there something in the fog that was coming and attracting to Alexander? Wasn't Alexander having some kind of connection
Well, no,
with that
it wasn't
fog?
in the connection. He happened to have that crown thing on him,
Right.
so they wanted that back.
Yep, they wanted it back.
Okay.
So Gavin Yan or an ally cast that spell
Okay.
to hunt us now.
Well, I mean, we gotta
So-
try and stay.
So yeah, I mean recon. We need to go see if Gavin Yan's house is rebuilt. We need to go to the Blue Pyramid to see if there's still a Blue Pyramid. We need to go to that the newspaper of the Irishman. I forgot his name. The Scoop
was the name of the paper. Mickey Mahoney
Yeah, Mickey
was
Mahoney.
the Irishman.
To see if any other weird shit in England has been going on since we left, or since the other group left. We need to see if, even go to Derby, to see if the manufacturing facility is rebuilt.
Maybe we need a giant vacuum cleaner to suck up the fog monster.
Yeah, that too. VacuSuck 4000.
Yeah.
Let me mention a couple of locations that you didn't mention that may or may not be of interest. You didn't mention Zara's Spice Shop. I don't know if that is a location that is of interest to you or not.
Sure.
And you did not mention the Penhew Foundation. And I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
right. Yeah.
a location that is of interest or not.
Yes.
Because I'm trying to remember how much time you guys spent inside the Penhew Foundation.
Not much. You just kind of give the once over and realize.
And then
that
we-
all was
Yeah,
crap.
we went back
Then
right before we left.
Declan and Tom and Samus broke into it. We also destroyed the basement of that place.
Okay. That's what I was trying to remember, if you guys had in fact gone into the basement.
Yeah. Hopefully we disrupted everything that Gavin was trying to do here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if it slowed him down, like now, months later,
They
like
got-
this is now where he's starting to get his shit back together, which is perfect time for us to come in.
It's
and
like it
finish
never even happened. Everything will be all rebuilt.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be advanced for 3 months. It's going to be right back where it started.
Is the Penny Foundation, when we went in the basement there and we found all those whites, we went in through the side, through the chute or something?
no,
that was
the
the
mansion.
The mansion.
The mansion? Okay.
Which
We burned out.
we
We
need.
burned.
Well, we need to make sure it's cleansed and
I think that's the place that needs to be cleansed.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they had the...
the obelisk.
Some obelisk there.
The murder pole.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Which
Well-
you guys did not go close to.
No.
You burned the house. You did not burn the...
Yeah, I remember we
The
were
murder
like staking
pole.
that out, looking way back over the
Right.
grass or something.
Yeah.
We were
so,
scared.
We need to see what kind of security he has now too, which might be a huge problem.
This all sounds so good, but it's just gonna go so wrong as soon as we get off the boats.
That's why I don't
They're
bother
gonna be
planning
like, they're
anything.
here.
See, my plan is to see what happens.
We're gonna be like, how do
One
they know
thing-
who we are?
One thing too, like I think we need to be mentioned is that the town that his mansion is in, I think also sort of might be.
We need to burn the whole town
We need
down.
to burn this town down too.
You think they're all with Gavignon?
For this reason,
We
the
need a
crew-
napalm truck.
the crew that was on Penhue's boat had certain physical features.
Hybrids.
They were hybrids.
Deep
Yeah,
one.
I won't paint a picture. They were deep one human hybrids.
Right.
And that
Which
only
means-
happens over generations.
Yeah, and
Breeding with deep ones.
so Gavignon and these deep one hybrids in the town,
Uh-huh.
they're all part of the mythos. They're in league with each other.
So there's deep ones in London too?
Not in London,
Or-
outside of London, in
Uh-uh.
where
Probably in London
Gavignon's
too.
Gavignon's mansion is at.
Yeah, there's a river in
Ah.
London.
There's
They-
a
they could live in-
river
they could
because he
live in
lives
the
in
river.
some swampy
Salt marshes.
marshes. Yeah.
Meeser House
Yeah.
was the name of the home
Yeah.
in Essex. Walton on the Maze.
Yeah. What else did we destroy? Oh, we destroyed his basement. I mean, other than burning his house
factory.
down, we destroyed the we also took all of his Cthulhu Mythos books, of which we destroyed most of those. But we did keep the Genie book and one or two others, plus whatever Alexander took and didn't tell us. All the special weird plant material that we found, we destroyed his components, his spell component closet. So yeah, hopefully we totally disrupted everything that he was doing here.
I don't remember the spell component closet.
Yeah,
that
there was
sounds
like
fun.
The spell
In-
component closet was at the basement of the
Of Meeser
painter's house.
no, at
No.
Meeser House. No, the basement.
That was a red herring, I think.
The
But that
basement
was a
of the
spell
painter.
component. Closet
There was
with masks.
there two that had like alchemical stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a pool of
Acid or
acid
whatever.
probably.
Yeah, for the bodies.
Yeah.
That was a nice little diversion.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So
All right.
that covers kind of the highlights of the things you'd like to take care of or like to revisit.
Yeah.
What order do you want to address these in?
Probably, let's go with the.
London proper stuff first. So it's going to be
I
Penny
think
Foundation.
The
Blue
world
I
Baron.
think we
Bears
should
still
go
in
maybe
town?
see Zara. Maybe.
I think we should see as little of these people as possible and do more like reconnaissance. So like if we're going to go
Mhm.
into
Go
the
to the
spice
spice
shop,
shop.
we're just going to go there to literally buy spices and just
Okay,
observe. Don't talk to anybody other than
See if we get followed right off the bat
Yeah.
out of the Zara.
Yeah, yeah,
Split the
spice shop.
party.
I don't think we need to
I just
go.
want-
What happened last time you split the party? Did
We
you
fell
not,
into a painting.
Did
yes.
you not win?
I don't think we need to go to. I mean, we're going to go.
I
to
don't
the,
think I should go with you guys to her shop. She'll recognize me.
Yeah.
Unless you can disguise yourself.
I took 1 point to conceal. I already had 2 points in disguise.
No, I mean disguise will work, and all you really got to do is put a suit on and take a bath.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's true though.
I think you should go in disguise. I think you should like get off the boat in disguise.
I think maybe my character
should be in
could
disguise,
go in disguise
like,
too.
before you even get off the
like,
boat.
Has
They're
a
gonna recognize
professor.
you.
I know.
If they're saying
enough.
that there's deep ones and
Is
all
that
this
really
other
a
stuff in the
disguise?
whole
No, exactly.
town.
Other than I know Arabic
Needs to
and
be
you know I can talk
going
about.
to the ground. They're gonna all
history of
recognize you.
Egypt.
So you
Yeah.
should always be in disguise.
So that could be our
Oh,
way
yeah.
into the Penny Foundation.
Yeah.
I only got 2 points.
You gotta.
That's
you
not going
gotta
to last
take a
me like
shower
3 weeks.
and put clothes on.
Someone else can.
I got
Spend a point
disguise.
of disguise for
I
me,
can
too.
give you some disguise.
Yeah, we can help you.
Yeah, I think he
every
definitely
2
needs to be
points spent is
disguised.
1 point for him.
Unless you're disguising me, then you're spending it for yourself.
No, my disguise for you, or actually your disguise for him, is you're going to take him shopping.
I love shopping.
Get a manicure.
Get a manicure,
I'll
a
put
hot
you right
bath
up.
at a hotel.
You might just start with a shave.
Yeah, shave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like the assembly line, all the way down for you. Do the works. I think that's your way to
So-
go. Definitely.
Spice place first. Huh?
Well, give me the list.
Yeah.
What's your plan? So Spice Place first, then what's next?
Shopping first.
Okay.
Then
Or you could probably do that in New York before you leave.
Yeah,
if
I
you'd
think we
like.
should. I
Okay.
think you should definitely
And
be
you have
already
time.
ready.
Yeah. All right, that sounds good.
Assuming you can manage to not destroy the clothing during the ocean journey.
I'll just keep it stored.
Until
The
needed.
Penyu Foundation, that's a museum. Is that?
Yeah, it has like a museum, but according to what we saw there, it's like garbage, crap
Right,
stuff that they're
right.
sort
Nothing
of like
that was.
nothing of significance.
So, but that's also their hideout, kind of.
That's right.
And so maybe we should do that second and just walk through the museum like
Yeah.
we're going to do the spice shop.
Well, what's your goal in just walking through these places?
Just to.
So,
Ask questions.
you know,
of
we
the
want to
secretary.
reminisce about all the damage we did.
Yeah.
Well, I think my goal would be to walk through there and walk through these places and then see if we've been followed. Like, go back and see if, like, people know who we are and then just find out whatever we can find out.
We do have
according to-
newspapers and Mahoney to go to. He might be the best first option, so we can get a better idea of what's
It's
been
true.
going on in England before we do anything. So why don't we do that? Why don't we go to Mahoney first?
Yep.
We get newspaper clippings for the last 3 months of any unusual activity here. Let's focus on stuff going on with Gavin Yan to see if he is rebuilt, disappeared, any mention of his house burning down, any mention of the damage of the Penny Foundation, yada yada yada. Shit about the Penny Foundation, house, Gavin Yan, and then weird stuff in England. Step 1. I think that's a good first step. Agreed?
Yes.
I agree.
We
Yeah.
get up, we're about to go down the gangplank and we get attacked.
Yeah. We just push into the water
You
and
assume
then
that the
drag
boat's
on.
gonna make it to England.
Oh, shit.
Why would you even say that?
Yeah, why would you?
Just to get a smile. That's all. Just a smile.
All right, so we're saying step 1 is go to the scoop,
Yep.
see what you can track down, and then all other steps are contingent on what you find there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else that you want to take care of before you go there, or is that your absolute highest priority?
No. We'll just go right there.
Getting a hotel?
I was just gonna say, should we find a place?
Yeah.
There's a
Mm.
nice tree.
I assume that we would.
Getting a hotel first always has messed us up. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should just like get our
I
bags.
just assumed that was like mundane stuff, but yeah, I mean, we'll.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, we're coming to a new
All right,
place.
so
Yeah.
land,
Yeah, I wasn't
Make
going
it
to be
through
like,
customs.
we're just gonna beeline. I mean,
go
yeah.
to get yourselves checked into a decent hotel, and then head to the scoop.
Yeah, I think we should also store our important belongings in a
Hotel safe.
hotel safe or in
Well,
a
you know,
bank.
I don't want to be like a spoiler here. We never dealt with what happened to the lawyer, and we no longer have a pool of money to withdraw funds from.
That's true.
I don't want to like rain on the parade.
Well, we had a couple of weeks in New York. Let's
Mm-hmm.
address that then while we're
By all
in New
means.
York.
All right.
What is the financial situation of our little continuation?
We have no
It broke.
finances.
They took it.
However,
When they
we do
killed-
have one possible patron, and that is Erica Carlisle.
Yeah, I suggested that like last week.
I think you might have 2 possible patrons. Isn't Trinidad loaded?
Trinidad. I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
I mean, I have some money,
Yeah.
so as long as my rolls are okay.
It's from all that Incan art, those Incan artifacts you stole.
I was gonna say, can I boost my credit rating? But I think I'm as high as I can go.
You have no limit as a dilettante, by the way.
I thought I did.
No, there's no upper limit because you're a dilettante.
I'm loaded, guys.
So
Your uncle's Mr. Rockefeller.
I'm just a little upset that
one
we lost all that
of
money.
you could have made a bureaucracy check. Did somebody have a point of bureaucracy available
No.
to spend before we left New York City?
I did have 2.
Okay. So you could have spent a point of bureaucracy to jump through the necessary hoops to get the remaining funds in the Elias fund set up with another attorney.
Okay.
It took some time, probably a couple of days of going between offices and getting, death certificates taken care of and everything properly filed. But you were able to get the funds
Okay.
set up so that you do have access to the money that had been wired to you previously.
Okay.
Oh, so we got that money back then.
Essentially.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
But
So that was like 40,000.
I was
the person
hoping
who's
to be a
handling the money
creator.
now is a bit more mercenary
Okay.
than the guy you had before. The person you had before had been, was a friend of Jackson's, so was doing it basically in a very kind-hearted manner.
Yeah.
The person who's managing the money now is nickel and diming you. He
Okay.
wants a receipt for everything.
Okay.
There's no, here's $2,000. Let me know when you need more. It's get me your receipts and I'll reimburse you for it.
Okay.
So anything above the books, we're using that money for. Anything below the books, we're pulling our own stuff for.
I got
Alright.
you guys.
All right, that works too.
Mm-hmm.
All right then.
One other getting there question that comes to mind is weapons. L had a bar.
Those are totally
Roland-
legal in England.
What's that?
Those are totally legal in England.
Not so much. Not so much. Roland, you had a Tommy gun.
Yeah, and a pistol.
Yeah. None of those things are going to fly in England. Basically, any firearm you're trying to bring in is going to be a no-no.
with the possible exception, as you guys found out last time, of shotguns, because
Hunting.
yeah,
Well, you have an apartment in New York, right? You just leave weapons there.
Yeah.
No,
well,
but they're not going to do us any good in New York, so
yeah.
we need to figure
You could
out
forward them to
I was
Egypt.
gonna say,
have
how
to
can
figure
we
out a
send
way
them there?
to have this. Okay, a roundabout way is maybe I can talk to some of my old buddies from the service that are still stationed in London and see if we could possibly have some of the armory there disappear for a little bit of cash.
that sounds like preparedness to me. Do you have preparedness?
Let's see, preparedness.
So if I take away,
Yes, I do.
I'm
I do
okay.
have
If you
preparedness.
want
If
to
I take away
spend
one of these, I get 2 here, right?
spend a point of preparedness,
Okay.
But you're not allowed to add
you
to
will
that.
be able to obtain.
That's the maximum it can be, or whatever.
I mean,
I just thought it said I
weapons
can do
rules
it.
are a lot stricter
Right.
I thought you
over
could-
there, but you'll be able to
Maybe you
obtain
can. I don't know.
a pistol,
My
for
understanding
everybody,
that's one of the
right.
only
and
Cthulhu mythos
they can obtain a
the
shotgun
only
for
two
each of you
things
if
you're
you
allowed
want.
to add to ever.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll call and pull a few strings of war friends of
But on
mine
the other hand, you definitely
And,
don't get 6 points of that.
at the U.S. base near London. We can get some.
All right. Well, then that has to be another step. So hotel, pick up some supplies, and then like the following morning, I guess. Like,
Get a couple of bottles of booze so that we can take to the U.S. base. So that we can
Yeah.
get our
These
guns.
skills
Right.
over here,
You know what I'm
we
saying?
never
Yeah.
need
Luckily,
more than
that's
3 or
legal
4
in London.
points.
Absolutely.
So,
The skills over here, you kind of want like 5 or 6. If
is
not
there
8 points.
anything else that you need to take care of along those lines?
can't think of anything else. Really.
maybe the safety of the publisher in New York.
I think we've pretty much squashed anything that's going on in New York.
Yeah. Just for reference,
But yeah, we would need to.
because we
use
still need
something.
someone to contact and send notes to and make sure that that is all set up as well.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't I having them all protected? And the are you talking about Rebecca?
No,
New York Times?
No,
Oh, okay,
the,
sorry.
The publisher,
Our publisher,
Kensington House.
Kensington House.
And,
the former Kensington House.
Remember, Kensington House burned to the ground.
Mhm.
But that's why they have insurance.
What's his name? Was it Joseph something? Ramsey was the attorney.
Jonah Kensington was managing in the first barrel.
Yeah, that's right. Jonah Kensington of Prospero House. Thank you. So Prospero House burned to the ground, and the Kensingtons were. Was he injured? Does that sound right?
I don't
No,
think so.
he wasn't.
No.
He wasn't. He was fine.
But we met him like in front of his
In front of his burned down office building.
We
Yeah.
told him that he was
In danger.
in danger.
Yeah.
Family was in
Really-
danger. All everybody was in danger.
Yeah. So hopefully he left us a contact number. That
He would
we
have
could-
left you contacts. He would have moved to someplace outside of New York.
All right. I think we would just leave like
But
messages.
you'd still be
and stuff.
corresponding with him.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that you want to take care of before we move on?
How many bottles of booze would it take for us to get a M1 Springfield from that armory?
It's not so much the bottles of booze, it's that an M1's a pretty
Rifle.
significant thing for them to
Misplace.
misplace.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody could get in some real trouble for losing something of that caliber. No pun intended. That's going to require a bargain, or a bargain point.
I have 4 in bargaining.
That's not my wheelhouse.
Well, I mean, are you?
Well, I have a
gonna-
lot of bargaining too, but who's going to give a homeless person?
And that one, yeah.
It depends on
Hey,
what,
Then
what
I
you
get-
got
got
to
anyone
offer
have-
for it.
Springfield's around.
I mean, Trinidad's a very attractive young woman.
Right.
On a military base, she could probably talk them into it.
That's a good point.
You've got some seniority with some more
Probably
buddies.
nice. What
Right.
you want? I got you.
Um,
Let me walk over here.
but without some bargain, you're probably not going to get there. I don't know if Roland or Samus have some leverage that they can apply on a military base.
Possibly. But scientific channels, not through like any other military channels. So unless there's like some kind of a science research lab here on the base or
You
something.
need this for an experiment.
Yeah.
This week on Mythbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Do I have anything that could possibly be no?
What's your special class?
It just has
I can
to
bring
do
you
with
as my
medical
bag
stuff.
boy or
Yeah,
something.
mine is
Oh
lab
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
I could be your servant.
Yeah, you can be my servant.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it does. You're carrying,
Fun for you.
you're carrying on my baggage.
Yeah, you.
He's
you,
my little pet.
Not our
little
emotional
friend.
stuff, just the physical stuff.
What do you mean, not the emotional stuff?
She wouldn't want to be seen with me.
You're carrying all of her luggage, and because of that, you need an M1 rifle to protect it.
Yes, yes. There's expensive things in there.
If she wants to use her womanly ways to try to get the quartermaster to pony up more firearms, she can try. I can get her in the door.
I'll try and walk. I might trip in these heels, but I'll try.
Yeah, you can spend a point.
Okay.
Bargain.
I will do that.
I think that's a London
So I
point.
can definitely get you guys in the door. I don't like I said though.
That'll be a London
That's
point.
totally a London point. Yes,
It's a London point.
Might cost you a date with the quartermaster, but
it will at least cost you an evening at the pub with the quartermaster.
Oh God, I'm so scared. Are you guys gonna go? Just sit in the booth behind us.
that's all on you, sweetie.
Is he handsome?
Um,
Is he young? Does he have a six pack? What's this quartermaster look like?
He looks like a nice
Now we
M1
have to find
Springfield
out.
1903. That's what he looks like.
Fine.
He looks like
You know what? I don't
he
want
looks
to know
like
what
a
he looks
rifle
like.
that we
Don't
don't
tell
have to
me.
be 6 feet in front of somebody to have.
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know what he looks like. Just let's do this.
so he'd be a World War II vet. He probably
Missing an eye, one arm gone.
no. He's a vet, but he would be a vet who came from a family of money, which is why he was able to
Not
get a
be
position
dead.
as a quartermaster instead of a position on the front lines.
Okay.
So he's probably
Doable.
not where I was going, but he probably comes from money, much like you do. So you're able to relate to him.
All right. I can have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
I can have
It's
dinner
one
with him.
evening.
It's one evening. A dinner. I'm always up for food.
You have a pleasant evening's discussion with him. But so what date were you guys getting in? The 15th,
It was 15.
Yeah.
I think. So you're gonna use up all the 15th and all of the 16th.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting yourself set up. Then finding a hotel, getting checked in, and
So we'll probably
hitting a
in the
military
gym?
base
Right.
and acquiring
Is that what I'm seeing?
supplies.
right. So we arrive on Friday. Saturday we get our hotel and everything set up and go to the base.
You're probably going to get your hotel set up on Friday. I
On
mean,
Friday,
that's-
yeah, when we get there.
Yeah.
And then Saturday we're just kind of
gonna go to Mahoney.
Well,
Well,
no, we're still.
it'd be
Saturday
Monday.
is still going to be taking care of the base.
so.
Oh, okay.
Sunday we're just gonna kind of relax before the storm, and then Monday comes around, because nobody's gonna be open on Sunday. Maybe we'll do a little recon as far as
Well,
drive
the
out
newspaper
to
never sleeps. If you want to go to the scoop, you can go to the scoop on Sunday.
on Sunday.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say we could even get like a carriage ride to see if the factory's still there. Kind of go past the factory.
You
or
absolutely can if you'd like.
something. You know what I'm saying?
couple
Carriage
hours.
Going up
ride,
to
yes.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you know,
You can catch a train up to Derby and then go for a ride. around
even get
Derby.
horseback and just go for a ride through the country and
Yeah, I mean,
go
you're
by
gonna have
Meeser
to.
House and all that stuff.
It's far enough away. Well, Meeser House is in a
Away.
different direction, right? So do you have the map of
Yeah,
England?
we should have something.
Pull that out because these areas are not particularly close to one another.
Yeah.
Well, Derby's more in the country, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's listen.
It's just wrong.
They're both
Other way.
pretty far from London.
And we don't all have to be together for this part of it. So some of us could go past one, some of us can
We'll
go
might as
past
well keep that
the other.
relatively on
Yeah,
top.
keep that one out. This is
That's Shanghai.
that's Shanghai. Here's the Peasant Foundation. Shipley's house. Lesser Adele. Plum Castle. It's burned to the ground. There's a blueprint. There's places. Henson Manufacturing. There it is. Meeser House. Okay. There we go. This is burned to the ground.
So you pulled out Meeser House. You also pulled out the manufacturing.
Yes.
So if you look at these
Well,
two
of us can
maps-
go for a nice little
Yeah, I
horse
just
ride.
want to
one way.
compare the. You see these two maps here? So Meeser House is right up here, right?
Right.
Yep.
That's here's London. Over here on this map, if you see, is where Meeser House is. That's kind of a zoomed in of this little notch
Yeah.
here, and Derby is way over here. And Derby is about a 3-hour train ride from London, so they're not close to one another. If you want to split up, that's absolutely fine. But I mean, keep that in mind.
Well, I'll head to Derby then.
I think the town that Meeser House is dangerous.
So he shouldn't go towards Meeser House then. You two
I don't think any of us should go unless we go as a big group, because one person who walks in or two might disappear.
should. Not if you're just going for a ride in the country. It's not like you're going up to the gates.
That town is filled with hybrids.
Is Meeser House the one that we
Have you
burned down
not
with
read
Penny?
Shadows over Rainsmith?
I'm right.
Yeah, yeah.
Our
For-
car will mysteriously
Okay, so
break
you guys
down.
know what's going on. Are the two of you familiar with what Hugh is hinting at here?
No.
Do you want to explain
Oh,
it? For
I
me?
know there's fog monsters over there.
You do.
Technically, by the lore, right this year is when Innsmouth gets raided by the Marines.
26?
That
That was
25.
23. Shit.
No, I thought it was 25.
I have to Google
Who knows?
that.
Yeah,
Google.
I know it's in the mid-20s.
For the sake of convenience, though, Rich, Diane, are you familiar with what they're talking about when they say Innsmouth?
No.
Hugh, why don't you explain what you're leading into then?
Innsmouth was a town in Massachusetts that was overrun with many generations of human Deep One hybrids. And so the main character is interested in understanding what's going on there. So he foolishly gets on a bus to explore the town, just like going on a country stroll. And the bus breaks down, can't make it out of Innsmouth, and then it becomes like a survival horror novel or short story where he's trying to escape because the townsfolk are going to dispose of him.
Having said that, I think we should stick together.
So we'll go to Derby first, or should we go toward Meeser House?
What's in Derby?
The
The
factory.
factory. No, we don't have to go to the Meeser House for this reason alone. At least not individually, or as two. And
It's where we're
without
going to end
individual.
up eventually anyway.
Well, I'm saying,
But
we
we-
can all four of us go there.
If this was such a huge blow to Gavignon, certainly what is going on there will be in the newspapers. His home is destroyed. The home of an aristocrat was burned to the ground. That is newsworthy. If it's so, like a house being rebuilt for an aristocrat of London, that would also be in the newspaper. You know what I'm saying? Like
But a
that's
factory burning to the ground might not be.
a factory. We don't know what ties Gavignon has
Yeah.
to that factory, so a factory fire in Derby might be the only newsworthy article. But we know that it's owned by Gavignon. We never
Right.
really discovered it. How it, does everybody know that it's owned by Gavignon? Is it a front? Well, it's certainly a front for building a nuke. But we don't know what kind of
So what are you saying?
connection.
Go to the news.
Go to
the
well,
newspaper.
Yeah, certainly we're gonna have.
And
to
where's
go to
that at?
London.
in Derby or wherever?
No, that's where the factory's
That's
at.
where the factory's at.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're right by the newspaper. We're
When we get off the boat and get our hotel, and after we're done with the military base thing, securing our supplies, yeah, we're in London.
I think we should go to the newspaper and stick to that. Yeah.
All right, we'll go
I
there.
think we can pick any of the information that we want about the outside of London from the newspaper. And if whatever's not in the newspaper, then that will help us determine if we're going to go to Derby, if we're going to actually go to the Meeser house, or whatnot.
What about this Inspector Barrington? Is he anything that would help us?
He
doesn't
we
like
ruined
us?
that sort of
Okay.
whole arc. No, we
Okay.
cannot rely on Barrington.
So we want to go see Mickey Mahoney then.
Yeah, I think Mahoney's our best bet.
Everybody in agreement there? Is there anything else you want to take care
Yeah,
of first?
I think I'm good.
All right, so Sunday morning, what's the date?
It is the 17th of May.
All right, so Sunday morning, 17th of May, 1925, you guys head to the Scoop in London. And the Scoop is on Fleet Street near Ludgate Circus. And who's going?
We're all going to go.
I think we should get a shave while we're on Fleet Street. I heard there's a great barber.
You don't want the newspaper man recognizing you?
No, I was referencing.
I don't think
Swing
we recognize you.
Alright.
So
But yeah, you need a shave though. In fact, that's probably what we'll do on Saturday as well. Is make Samus no longer look like Samus. So shave, shower, new clothes.
who's taking care of that?
We did
One
it
with
in New
mine.
York, but
We did that in New York.
Oh, we did that in New
He
York.
walked off the boat.
Did you spend a point of disguise?
Yes, I did.
So he walked off the boat not looking like Samus.
I did not. I'll do that now.
All right. Samus, you probably encountered some difficulty when you presented your passport.
Oh, they didn't know it was me yet.
The photo looked very different.
Hmm.
What
vouched.
explanation did you offer?
we all vouched for him.
I say he cleans up well.
I'm asking what explanation he offered.
I don't have any bureaucracy.
You don't need bureaucracy.
Well, I could to
Just
get through the customs or whatever you want
You
to call it.
could, but I mean, just give me a verbal explanation.
A verbal explanation. I fell off the boat. There's the verbal explanation.
It looked like you fell off the boat before in the picture.
Yeah.
Maybe off the wagon, not the boat.
Again, I say he cleans up well.
All right. So,
You know what I'm saying? Look what she did to me.
so you guys make it to the Scoop. Head up the stairs, and you hear the sounds of typewriters clicking and clacketing away behind the doors of what you recall as a small office, and you can see even through the smoked glass that there's pretty much a cloud of cigar smoke in place on the other side of that door, and you can smell it from in here. The gold leaf is a little more faded than it was last time you were here, Samus, but that's pretty much just a matter of wear and tear and cheap paint. So, who's taking the lead?
I'll walk on the road.
Do it.
Okay. You open the door. The four of you walk in. Man sitting at the front desk. He's got a big red pen in one hand. He's marking up some copy with it. And he looks up and says, "What do you want?"
Looking for Mahoney.
"Yeah, I'm Mahoney. Who are you?"
Oh, friends of acquaintances of yours. We're not
Saying
looking
I owe
for
you money?
We're not looking for money.
Ah, all right. Maybe you are friends. What you got for me then?
It's more like along of what you can tell us.
It's not a whole lot better than money.
Well,
Time's precious, you know.
we're interested in a few probably choice news stories that you've come across.
Ah, now you're looking at paying me.
Depends on if the information's good.
Right price, I can find the right information.
We're looking about a chap named Penhue and Gavin.
Gavin, yeah.
Yeah, I know those names.
Yeah. What about some manufacturing place that's still in my mind?
Hanson's? Henson Manufacturing.
Henson Manufacturing. Looking
In
for
Derby?
stories about that.
What kind of story you want me to write?
Nothing. It's about what kind of story have you heard?
What you got for me? You got a story for me to publish?
We might.
Well, let's see it. Give me the copy.
I hand him Rebecca's business card from the New York Times.
You better be more. There better be more to it than this. I can't just print this on the page.
No, but she can vouch for any information that we tell you is true.
I don't really care what's true. You know that, right?
Yeah, I've read your newspapers.
True doesn't sell.
Ah, but no one's gonna believe you if you publish what we can tell you.
All right, that sounds starting to get a little more interesting.
But that story will only get better if we get information first.
Pull up a chair. Apparently a bunch of chairs. Gestures for you guys to grab some chairs and bring them up around his desk. You said we had friends in common?
We do.
Yeah. Fellow countryman of yours came around here. Priestly fellow. Sullivan.
Ah. He was
Months ago.
on the trail of Jackson, right? Jackson Elias?
Yes.
That's right.
How's he doing?
He's dead, unfortunately.
Ah. Sorry to hear that. He's a good man.
I'm trying to find out why and how.
He pulls out a bottle and splashes some in a
Yeah.
cup. Pulls out a few dirty glasses and sets them up for you and splashes a little whiskey in them.
You're gonna wipe the rim off.
Oh, don't worry, it'll kill anything that's in it. This is good stuff.
Yeah. Brewed right in my basement.
Oh, no.
No, not here. It's in London, man. You can get good stuff in London. They got
Bushmills
chains.
Distillery.
Yeah. So, that's the story we can start to give you. Is how our mutual friend perished. But we need some information about those particular things we were talking about to kind of connect the dots. Because right now, it's kind of all over.
Why don't you start telling me, and I'll see if I can fill in some blanks for you.
A few months ago, I'm sure you heard of something happening out in both Derby and
At Gavin Young's estate.
what was the name of that episode?
I don't know what
The
Miser-
Nays.
Miser House.
Enough of the nays.
Yeah, the nays.
A couple of fires, perhaps. People got hurt, possibly killed.
Did hear about a fire in a factory in Derby happened in the middle of the night a couple of months back.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't hear about anything at the Nays.
Well, that factory may or may not have been
Owned.
owned and operated by one.
Gavin Young.
What's his first name? Is that his first name?
Edward.
Edward.
Yeah, that checks out. So,
You know if that was a front?
what do you mean if it was a front? It was a factory.
Yeah, but was it a front for other illicit activity?
You tell me there's what kind of illicit activity? You telling me they were running a brothel out of a factory? I don't think that's going to work out real well.
Not a
The way I
brothel.
understand it, the boys that work at the factory are going to use up all that business time.
No.
Think more along the lines of illegal.
Manufacturing
Manufacturing
of dangerous
weapons.
materials and weapons.
Weapons for whom?
Does it really matter?
Well, kind of. It's a government job. That's not really illegal now, is it?
Well, I don't think it's a government job. And most of the time, if it was a government job, that'd be above the books, and people wouldn't end up dead for knowing stuff about it.
Well, I hear it. We got to keep all our manufacturing quiet before the Huns come and try and take it away from us. Ones that are left, at least.
That's what I'm saying. The dots aren't connected just yet.
So you heard nothing about Gavignon's mansion in the Naze?
Didn't even know he had a mansion there.
Called it the Miser House.
Is that tight with his money?
Aren't all aristocrats?
Yeah, fair enough. Should see what we have to do to collect payment on our deliveries.
What about Edward Gavignon's activities here in London? Has that changed at all?
Can't say I've heard anything about it. It's the guy that runs the Penny Foundation, right?
There's a fire there too, wasn't there?
If there was, I didn't catch notice of it.
Alright,
Seems to be an awful lot of fires going around. Something you want to tell me about these fires? They're an arsonist that's targeting Gavignon?
I'm not an arsonist, no. How about this? Why don't we tantalize you with a little piece of small information? Check out...
Small information doesn't always lead to a story.
This might. Check out your sources and see if you can find out anything that happened recently in Shanghai with Japanese military and an island.
Captain O'Donnell,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you quite understand how the Scoop does business.
We give you stories you print.
That's pretty much it. Me checking out sources, that's not really a thing we do. I get stories, sometimes I spice them up a little bit, and then I print them. I'm not so concerned with this authenticity or this illusion of truth. I just want something that folks are going to want to read.
Just hand over the letters about the island invasion.
Now that sounds like a story that I could print. What
Dude.
island was invaded?
He's got the letters. I'm just here to help and contribute.
Yeah, he's got the letters.
What island was it?
It's not much of a story unless we can connect these dots.
Oh, I don't
He
really
doesn't
need
care
those
about any
connections.
dots.
He doesn't care. Give him a story. He'll
Give me a
us
good
story.
spicy story. Who was doing the invading?
What if you had a
Were
story?
these British commandos?
No.
What if you had a story
You know what?
that
Fine.
was so unbelievable?
Fine.
The
Wait,
Japs.
hold on. Fine. You know what?
Let's
Let's go.
Let's go. I want to hear this.
A reputable source.
Clearly.
Mm-hmm. Mr. John Doe.
I think we're going to go with Major John Doe.
Major John Doe even sounds better. There's a military action by the Empire of Japan against
Indeed.
a privately owned island near Shanghai
Ah,
that went horribly awry.
near imperial interests. Do tell. How did it go awry?
Well, there was a large explosion on the island of unknown origins or magnitude. Something that nobody's seen before, other than they know it was an explosion.
So we're talking about big bombs.
A big bomb.
Liking the sound of this? Big bombs.
Big
Right.
bomb.
And the
Did you see it?
manufacturing of the parts of this big bomb happened to come from a factory in Derby
I like this connection. I can sell this.
that has close ties to Edward Gavignon.
And the Penny Foundation.
All right. We
Now,
can
I'm
run
not
with
sure
this.
how close the British Empire is with the Empire of Japan.
No, wait. Are you telling me this Gavignon fellow's at war with Japan?
No, what I'm saying is
Because I like him being at war with Japan.
I think it's more along the lines of he's selling your war and military secrets.
English aristocrat is at war with Japan. I like this. I can run with that.
How about this? English aristocrat and traitor.
Now, wait. We're not allies of Japan. How is he a traitor?
You haven't mentioned Penn. You got killed.
Well, we didn't know
The
that
founder-
because we all died.
Well, go ahead.
But wait, we did know that Penhew was in Shanghai. You did
Yeah,
before we died.
he was on the
Yeah.
island.
Yeah,
I could make that assumption.
yeah.
We saw his boat. in
We saw
Shanghai,
him.
but his boat wasn't there, and then the island got destroyed.
Japanese military kills English noblemen?
Yes, that's the story.
I think more along the lines of English noblemen in cahoots with Japanese military.
I thought you said they killed him. That doesn't sound like in cahoots.
Perhaps it was an accident.
Wait. You said his factory created this explosion?
No, we created the
Components.
components to craft the device that blew up the island.
English noblemen provides military secrets to Japan?
That sounds excellent.
That's dangerously good.
Yes.
Perfect.
We're screwed.
No, we're not. This is perfect.
This is perfect.
I just need the names and the dates. Or a reasonable facsimile thereof.
All right. We'll go rifle through some of our stuff. There you go. We'll need. You can copy
Terrific.
that. We need those back up.
Oh. I've read enough. This will be in tomorrow morning's edition.
Excellent.
We do need some information, and if you're not the guy to get those answers from, we need to know somebody who can get those answers for
What
us.
information you need?
Stefan Gavignon.
What do you need about it?
What he's been up to for the last 2 months. If he's rebuilt the factory.
How about this to sweeten the deal? You put one of your people onto that, and any of the negotiation that we would have for royalties, according to this lovely story, will waive.
Royalties.
Oh, there's more. But you can only publish one story at a time.
Royalties? What do you think, I'm made of money? You think I'm the nobleman that's selling secrets to Japan?
You know what,
Where do you think I'd come up with this
We
kind of
can-
funds? I run a newspaper here.
Well, you know what? We can always take the story to somebody else then.
You certainly are welcome to take it to somebody else too, but I already got it now.
You don't have all of it.
What you holding out on me?
Not playing ball very well. Why would we tell you that?
You're asking me for things I don't have.
How about this then? Strange occurrences in the navies. You got anything on that?
Now, we're talking about terms. I think I got some information. Let me check the archives. How recent you need these things to be?
Up from a year to now.
All right, let me take a look. He gets up and goes downstairs to start going through the files.
Before you leave, before it goes to that,
Mhm.
do you happen to have a camera? Not to keep. Just want to photo a few things that you can have for your publication.
I can. He gestures to one of the other desks, and the guy comes over with a camera.
Awesome.
What are you gonna let him take pictures of? Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, wait. We have a copy of this.
Mm-hmm.
My character has that, dude. So
and now,
what
and now
we
the Scoop has it too.
And now the
No.
Scoop has it.
What he has is a copy of that with a lot of that information like marked off.
Okay.
Because I think my character in his lab in New York has the actual copy that he's been studying for the last
Okay.
months.
So it's not yours to give.
Yeah,
You can take a photograph of it,
sure.
Sure.
It just doesn't have
and we'll
like,
take a
certain stuff
photocopy
on
of that, so that we can prove that these two things go together.
Okay.
So some of the stuff is edited off there. It's not okay.
yeah.
And whatever. I don't care.
The expurgated version.
Yeah.
We're talking about laymen that look at this. Who's going to really look at the Scoop? All it
Doesn't
does
matter.
is it just makes it a little more out there. That's
A
all.
little more authentic.
Yeah.
Sure.
It makes it even more mysterious when there's like big black lines marked over some stuff.
Well, it says
too.
secret on the big top of the right
Yeah,
side.
secret and black marker.
Awesome. So, he comes back in a little bit and hands you a few different newspaper clippings.
Alright.
In terms of the nays, there's a report that workers have been being bussed into the town for unclear purposes. Their destination isn't obvious, but someone has been recruiting workforce for the area.
Mm-hmm.
There is a report that the quality of seafood coming in from the town has not been up to usual standards, that a lot of the fish that have been brought in were kind of sickly lately, and a couple of reports that people who ate those fish became quite ill. And there's one more report that discusses the density of the fog in the Naze, that the fog has been much more dense than in previous years, and it's not clear what's caused this weather pattern shift. Could just be, you know, a little more extreme than usual for the springtime, but it's odd just how dense the fog has been, and the fog hasn't even burned off. Some days the fog hasn't even burned off. So that for several days in a row, there wasn't really any noticeable sunlight, and a few of the landowners in the area are getting a little concerned that if this doesn't clear up soon, crops that have been planted may not grow properly. It's not
Very shattering.
it's not-
We connect those towns
Yeah.
pretty well.
It's nothing extraordinary, and it's not like there's a ton of farmland there, but people are concerned.
Maybe we need like an industrial fan. We can mount an industrial fan on the wagon, and when the
Blow
fog
the
comes
fog.
at us, we can just blow
If
it
there's
away.
one thing we learned last time about the London commoners, or I should say the English commoners in the countryside, is that they really like to riot and burn stuff.
Oh,
So, if we could somehow get the people that live around there.
Who are mutants?
No, not all of them. Maybe the ones who
Or-
live in.
the workforce that's been shipped in.
Yeah. We're probably all dead. But we'll see.
Yeah.
There's a big murder pool.
This is about what you're looking for?
Yeah. That's about what I'm looking for.
It's about what I was able to turn up.
Also, I will give a. Do they have a drop box, like a PO box or something at the hotel? Sure.
I'm sure any hotel can take deliveries for people staying there.
I will buy a subscription
With your room number.
with her.
Very good. Always pleasure to do business with you.
Oh, there's more to come.
Excellent. I look forward to it. I look forward to putting a special scoop spin on this news you reported to
You
me.
don't want to get 2 subscriptions, so we can sell one stuff back to New York.
Fine, 2 subscriptions. I'm sure it's not going to cost that much.
All right. Yeah, subscribing to the scoop is not a big enough expense that I'm going to make you spend a point of credit rating on.
More money than I got.
I will get a receipt from it.
Excellent call.
What about any unusual activity in Derby?
Other than the damage to Henson Manufacturing, nothing out of the ordinary.
You heard? Is it being rebuilt? Has it been?
Oh, I think it's already been rebuilt.
Okay.
So it's a working factory.
Yeah, they've been cranking out 3 bombs a day.
Anything else for Mickey, or are you moving on?
No. Actually, that subscription, we'll send it somewhere else. Not to our hotel.
All right.
That's, we'll send it somewhere else.
Where else would you like to send it?
Oh,
The Shipley estate.
Do they have POs at post office? We can pick up at the post office.
Because once you press this paper, just even as mundane as the scoop is, I'm sure that
We're going to
they
want
come,
to read it.
that's what I'm saying. But as if they come looking,
And there's newsstands. You don't need a subscription
Right.
to get a copy of it.
right?
Paper.
That's a good point. I'll just go to a newsstand. Never mind.
Okay.
That's it, because they're going to come around looking.
Yeah, we don't want like a target like, oh, there's one person who's a subscriber to this nonsense. It happens to go right to this hotel.
That's my thought exactly. He'll roll. You know, if they put the screws to him, he'll roll like a barrel.
He absolutely would. Yes.
So. All right. So, what do we want to address first? Do we want to go to the Nays or do we want to go to Derby?
Well, we're here. We can always go loop to the Penhu Foundation,
Oh, yeah, we're in London. So.
and you would know what it looks like, which means that you would also know if any changes have been made to the exterior or the interior. Yeah, actually, I gotta take a quick break too.
All right.
You said there's coffee?
So you're saying the Nays, that's where the Miser House is?
That's where Miser House is on the
Okay.
Nays. It's kind of a swampy area, northeast of London proper. A couple hours by train.
And then were we going to try and go to the Spice House? Is that where we're at right now?
Well, we figured it was closed on
You've
Sunday.
been at the Scoop.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was closed.
The assumption was that the Spice House was closed on Sunday.
That was the assumption.
I mean, you can go check.
We're close by it, but we can go.
So Empire Spices is in Soho. And London's a big city, right? So I don't know where you guys were planning on staying in London. Is the London map out?
No.
So London's a very large city, right?
With
So
the River of Deep Ones,
Is this the River of Deep Ones?
Yeah.
that's the Thames.
also known as the River
what?
of Deep Ones.
The Thames. And Soho is in this area, if memory serves. And I don't know where you guys were planning on staying. Because we didn't touch on that.
So Soho's here. Where's the Nays? Where's Derby?
Well,
Derby-
Derby,
that's way out
Derby
of
is
town.
3 hours
Okay,
north,
okay,
right?
all
And the
right.
Nays is about 2 hours
Okay.
The
northeast.
Penhu Foundation.
So
was
Derby's
the
where
location you
Pittsburgh
wanted to
is,
ask.
and like
So
the Nays is like Sandusky.
More or less,
Okay.
yeah.
So this is where Soho
That's the
is,
Spice.
where the Spice is,
That's
and
right.
then
And the
And the Blue
Penhu
Pyramid.
place is somewhere else.
The Penhu Foundation is in central London on Devonshire. So central London is going to be this area right here. And then Soho is over.
Piccadilly Circus,
Yeah.
Oxford Street.
Yeah. So I mean that's pretty central. Soho. I'm trying to remember what Soho stands for. If anybody remembers off the top of their heads, be my guest. But I think it's yeah. It's an area of Westminster east of the city. No, West End. All right. So there we go. Maps are useful. Okay. So the city of London proper is this area, right over here. And Soho is like right over here. And I mean, this map is very detailed. You could zoom in there and read
the names of very small streets on there if you would like, but I don't feel a tremendous need to do that. Suffice to say that it's probably about a half an hour, 45 minutes between Empire Spices and the Penny Foundation.
And then the newspaper is right around here too that we just were at.
The newspaper, the Scoop, is on Fleet Street, which Fleet Street is right down by the Thames, near Ludgate Circus.
So I mean, I would think that we would stay here someplace.
Oh, I don't know.
Where's you're too close.
Too close. I mean, it should be a touristy district where there will be a lot of people, and I think that's kind of where.
So how long is it taking us to get back and forth in this area?
So I was saying half hour, 45 minutes.
all through here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
'Cause, yeah, I mean, there's London public transportation, even in the 30s, was still very good, so you're able to get around pretty effectively.
Yeah.
Okay, well you guys know London more than I do, so I would just think I would think you'd want to be kind of in the city and
Well, I mean, this whole map is
right.
in the city.
Right.
That's the thing. It's a huge.
I'm just saying stay
Metropolis.
in the city instead of going to the outskirts
Yeah.
where our hotel.
That's fine.
So
I'm sure we can
I
find
don't
suitable
care.
accommodation somewhere near the
They
center.
have like a subway system.
The underground. I'm just not sure how established that was in the 30s.
So were you
Was it-
asking where specifically we're going to be staying at here?
Just kind of getting an idea of what if you had a neighborhood in mind where you'd like
That's
to be
what he's
staying.
asking.
No, I mean, somewhere inconspicuous.
Hyde Park area.
Okay.
Sure, Hyde Park area. That's a touristy spot.
It absolutely
Americans
is.
will blend in real well. No problem.
Well, to the extent that that's possible, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Us colonials.
Is it fancy up there?
It can be.
It can be. It can also, but it doesn't have to be. Hyde
Okay.
Park's a decent range. I mean,
Okay.
as
that's
far as
good.
hotels go, if you were to, live there, you'd have a harder time finding someplace economic without it being really divey. But
We could even, instead of even a hotel, we could have a lot of people, especially after the First World War, and the husbands were all dead. They rented out rooms in homes.
sure.
So we could even be in, like that kind of inconspicuous, like at someone's house, basically renting the rooms.
Yeah, you could get away with it.
I like that.
You know, let's do that.
Or is that bringing danger to a person?
It totally is. Yes.
Just another sacrifice. What's another sacrifice?
Or they could maybe.
But it's also harder for us to find, so that danger is mitigated by the fact that, you know what I'm saying, like we're not.
They
There's
also
no
may
like
be able to help
beacon
us.
like where they can't like go to a teller and say, "I'm looking for some friends here. Can you
Yeah.
look and see if they're
Right,
staying at this
right,
hotel?"
right,
Like that.
right.
It's not-
I like
There's no
the
real
idea.
record. Our record is like a cash
And we'll go under
transfer.
aliases. We'll go under aliases too, so if somebody does come around to this house.
It always works.
Are
I
you
mean, it's
boarding
always
so
saved
and
us in
so?
the past, right?
And our landlord just happens to be a cultist.
That's all right.
It's accidental.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we're
Deep
not
one.
staying with an Egyptian.
Yeah, we got an
Fair enough.
Egyptian landlord. That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are able to find a place that's not all that difficult. Trinidad, you ask around, and you're able to get a friend of a friend of a friend that once stayed at a place, and they give you the contact information. And it's it was once an estate, but it's been fallen on harder times, and much of the land was sold off and built up, so it's a house with probably a dozen bedrooms in it. And
Perfect.
you guys are able to secure 3 of them, or 4 of them probably.
Yeah, ladies and bunkers.
Or 5 of them.
Hmm?
There is number 5.
Oh yeah,
Well, the
5.
ladies can bunk up. But yeah.
In any case, you're able to find accommodations like that,
and so that's probably what you set up as your hotel on that first day. And then you went to the Scoop. And so we're probably into Sunday afternoon if there's anything you wanted to take care of.
Do we want to swing by the Penhew Foundation?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we'll check it
We're
out.
here. In
We will
London
swing by the
proper.
Penhew Foundation.
Just check.
They're closed on Sundays.
They are closed on the weekend. They are only open Monday to through Friday.
All right. What about the Spice?
Anything
Let's
different
go by
about
the
the
Spice
building?
Place.
I definitely want to go there with Samus in tow. So if he could tell us if there's
Oh, yeah.
anything.
To the Penhew Foundation,
Uh-huh.
or
Does it look like it had fire damage, or is this?
Yeah, one side of the exterior of the building does look fire blackened, and several of the windows are currently boarded up on the eastern side of the building.
Any scaffolding and just to make it look like there's current repair work going on?
Yeah, there's some equipment in the yard there that suggests that it's currently being repaired, and you can see signs of industrial type cleaning supplies that look like they may have been used to try and scrub some of the black off of it.
You want to put in some graffiti?
Yeah.
Their what's their
Actually,
what's their symbol? What's their cult symbol? It's not the tongue. That would be
they're not open.
It's
just plywood.
It's the upside down ankh.
Oh, yeah. We could put an
broken
upside down ankh with black paint on all the boards. that are-
Honestly, why don't we try Western Inlet's place? It's closed.
What time of day you want to do it?
We said it's afternoon, so we don't want to do it in the middle of the day.
Alright.
So definitely more along a nighttime job for that one. But if they have plywood, that means that there's no glass behind it or anything, so
Presumably.
it's a lot easier. Well, if you had glass there, you wouldn't have plywood. We'll come back to that one.
Okay.
Let's go to the Spice Place.
Okay. Just find seriously, where is the page for that?
No. No. Although I did lose the sanity. I read that book.
He just wants to be your friend.
No, he doesn't. He's lying.
I feel like there shouldn't be literally 50 pages in between these bits of the adventure. Alright, so Empire Spices is located in Soho, so that's going to be probably another half-hour ride away from where the Penview Foundation was. And they are also closed on Sunday. Two-story building, 76 Wardour Street. And they have posted hours on the front window, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Saturday.
Alright. Well, there's plenty to do in London until, let's see, it's May.
This is the British Imperial Expedition.
That's
Or
still in
exhibition.
town. That's still in town.
Runs all year in 1925.
Yeah, you guys want to see a nice painting? I could show you. I could take you on a tour.
You can do that until it gets nice and dark out. Yeah.
The Kenyan tent.
I'm just gonna say that like the suggestion of breaking into the Penny Foundation was probably Al's idea.
That seems
Oh,
very
that's it.
reasonable.
Blame the person that can't defend themselves.
That's right.
Always a good strategy, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so the exhibition is at Wembley in North London. and that is open 13 hours daily. So whatever time you choose to get there, it's going to be open for at least several hours. What did you want to do at the exhibition? It is, it's a busy place. Kids are running around screaming. It's May, so the weather is a bit nicer than when you guys tried to come in March, based on the notes you saw, or as Samus recalls. And there's kids running around screaming. People are dressed for the springtime instead of for the winter time. So there's more booths open. There's more vendors selling food, more people hawking their wares, and there are pavilions for each of the different colonies.
We've never been to the Hong Kong one.
No, we weren't.
I'm just
Or in
adding extra.
let's go to the Hong Kong one.
Sure.
We can make the finale the Kenyan one with the painting.
Yeah.
You guys definitely need to check that out.
Yeah.
Alright, so the Hong Kong one has an impressive display of, it's primarily focused on foods that are coming out of Hong Kong. So a lot of different spices, a lot of different cooking styles, but then a lot of examples of Chinese calligraphy and artwork are hanging from the walls. Some folks in native garb are performing dances.
We could buy
Probably some sword work.
some spices to trade with the Spice Girl, just as an inn or something.
That's a good idea.
It's a shop. We don't need an inn. You just walk in.
I was thinking that like our inn could be like we are a group of friends that are traveling over for the year, going to all these different countries, and like that's all. We just want to experiment with the food, so when we get to Egypt, we'll know what these spices are like. When we go to Hong Kong, we'll know what these spices. So whatever.
We're playing 20s foodies.
Yeah, totally. So we don't. I mean, it's not a total lie.
No.
So if anyone is trying to, assess honesty on us, we're not really lying. We are going to be traveling to all these different places. Just the reason behind why to try different foods and experience the culture.
We like to travel to nice and exotic places and countries.
Yeah.
Just like the army.
Leave a trail of fire and death everywhere we go. We can just leave that out of the conversation.
Sure. That's usually really kills the conversation
Yeah.
when you introduce it, so fair enough.
Depends on who you're talking to.
Absolutely. So, is there anything in particular you wanted to check out in the Hong Kong pavilion?
I'm pretty much just killing time and enjoying.
Okay.
the fair.
Well, we got Australia next.
Well, anything. Hong Kong. Why did Hong Kong and not like Singapore or just?
Well, Hong
China?
Kong is a colony of
See,
the
But
empire. Singapore
England-
is
is too.
England didn't control
anymore.
China,
just Hong Kong until 1999.
so this is just British stuff. So we can go to Australia next because England controlled that. So it'll have a tent.
Wasn't Singapore under British rule?
No.
Not by 1925.
All right, because there was a rebellion that had happened like a year or 3 ago. Okay.
That's when they. No, they came. I think it was 1899 when they leased Hong Kong for 100 years.
Okay. So,
Australia.
what about information about how this stuff was imported? Where did it come from? Who is the importer? Stuff like that.
Folks working the pavilion aren't going to have that information. Most of them are going to be people who traveled from these different colonies back to London to provide examples of the culture that they're representing, or they're locals who got a summer job, got a temporary job working the pavilion.
I got you. Okay.
Look at how great our empire is.
Are there any paintings that stick out to us that are art? Any art that sticks out to us? that would relate to anything that we're interested in.
Something that some collector would think is just like weird. Look at this weird piece of art, and then we look at it and we're like,
Oh my God,
what
that's
the
it.
fuck?
That's the headpiece.
Nothing in the Hong Kong pavilion.
You want to go to the
jumps out
Kenya
to-
tent? I'm
out
telling
to
you.
that.
We'll get to the Kenya tent.
We just want to check this one first.
Yeah, I know. Then there's Australia.
He said
Yeah,
there's nothing that
Australia's
checks
next.
us out.
We have Egypt too.
In Egypt, yeah.
Okay, let's go. There's nothing here. We've seen everything, I think.
Okay. So then you move on to Australia. And surprisingly, you do not see, again, they present, Australian beers, examples of Australian animals. Australia and New Zealand would probably be a combined pavilion.
Oh, they must hate that.
Yeah, they do,
Okay.
but it would totally be a combined pavilion. And that way they could have Tasmanian animals as well as Australian ones. To show that off. And the accents are going to be very prominent while you're going through there as well. And then, Australian gourmet options are a little more limited. So that the food presentation there is going to be pretty limited even by British standards.
Lots of beef.
Yeah.
Alright. Off to Kenya then.
No Aboriginal art or anything.
Oh, there's absolutely Aboriginal art here. It's not, but nothing that speaks to you as being related to the mythos.
On to the Egyptian booth.
Onto the
This place is boring. Let's go.
You
We should-
are
Over and over.
you are like a museum curator. How is none of this stuff at least a little bit exciting to you?
So when you're in the Egyptian booth, there is a painting of Cleopatra that seems a little striking to you because she's sitting there playing a board game with another woman.
Monopoly on the side.
It looks more like chess, but the pieces don't quite look like the chess pieces with which you're familiar. But the woman that she's playing against has a snake wrapped around one arm, and she's wearing a black headdress with a crystal mounted in the center of the headdress. And you can see she's wearing an emerald necklace, and there is a sphinx carved into the emerald on the necklace.
See, she couldn't even leave the room.
I'm trying to go get something to drink.
See, this is your. This is.
That
This
catches
is it.
my eye. A little necklace with the Sphinx.
She read that book. I had no idea what's going on here.
She did.
So she's gonna bring that to everyone's attention. I'm not sure.
Maybe she could buy the painting.
Maybe she could. I don't know if that's something that interests her or not.
I looked. She's got a 7 credit rating. I just want to let you know that.
I'm aware. I am aware. Money is not the rate limiting factor.
She asked
when
me
it comes
earlier
to
if she could
Trinidad.
raise it to like 9.
Sure. She
I
wants.
thought that credit rating and Cthulhu mythos were the only 2 things you're never allowed to put points in.
You're allowed to put points in credit rating if you are a dilettante.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it's her superpower.
it's her superpower. Yeah.
That's why her credit rating, like in the book, is a star.
Yeah, it doesn't have an upper
Doesn't
limit.
have an upper.
So I lied to you. You can add to your credit rating. Maybe you could buy that painting.
So tell us about this snake-armed Sphinx lady.
I don't know. I read about it in a book.
What book?
The book of
We have this book.
we have this book, and
I have to reference it.
amongst the stones, there's a poem in there, "Trapping of the Queen." And it has
I thought Cleopatra was the queen. I'm just saying.
Which
"Trapping of the Queen."
Cleopatra, though, right? There's like 13 of them, so.
Talks about the dead the Dread Ruler, Nitocris. And the artifacts, one of the artifacts was, I was looking for the one with the Sphinx. A necklace with long silver chain. It has square emerald, and in the emerald has a Sphinx carved into it.
And that definitely matches the necklace that the woman is wearing in the painting.
What about the headdress?
The crown is jet black with a gem, a crystal clear gem in it.
Okay.
And there's a necklace. That was the long silver chain.
There's also a belt, a girdle.
The belt.
That's mentioned,
the
but
girdle
the
right there.
painting
It has a
doesn't-
gold chain with the ruby at the.
the painting is them playing a board game, so it's only from above the waist up. So if she could have been, the waist of the character
all
is
of
not
these.
depicted in the painting.
Is there a
So we need this
curator
painting.
about?
There's people that are working in the pavilion about.
I'm gonna ask one of them about this painting.
Yes, it is a very, very fine piece. It depicts Cleopatra in the age during which she was partnered with Augustus Caesar and Marcus Aurelius.
Right, but specifically, who painted it and when?
This was painted by a local, in a person who actually emigrated to London fairly recently. But he came from Cairo and painted it here at the exhibition just about a month ago.
Really, this is fine work. Does he have anything for sale?
Oh, everything he has done is for sale. That piece is for sale if you would like it.
Does he have a gallery?
He is an immigrant. I do not think the galleries have taken tremendous interest in him, and I do not believe he could afford to.
Well, I love, and my associate here really loves this painting. Do you have any information on where we could find him then?
Oh, well, he often stops in at the pavilion. His name is Ahmad.
Tell you what, I'll write down some information. The next time Ahmad stops in here, it's going to be where we're staying. I'm going to use an alias, but I'm also going to slip maybe a pound with this, so that can you please give this to him and let him know that there's. We find his work sensational. We'd love to see more and maybe even own some.
Oh, this will absolutely get to Ahmad. Would you care to purchase the painting?
I think so.
It can be yours for the tremendous value of only £245.
Okay.
Come on. Beautiful
No.
woman.
So that would include
I-
that painting and the rest of the pavilion.
Oh, good sir.
245 pounds. I mean, that's.
a simple stroke on the arm. You can do better. For you, ma'am,
can do better.
I think I can.
Well, what did you have in mind?
Who has art?
I do.
What would not be insulting?
I can do an appraisal on it if you want.
Okay.
I have 1 point of art. Do I need to spend a point or do I need to make a roll?
You don't really need to make a roll, and this isn't significant enough that I'm going to make you spend the point on it. But, so, a pound is about $5 US, right? And so the price you just quoted you is about
$1,500.
$1,200, $1,300, which we're talking 1925 money. That would be like 50 grand now. And that's
So this guy doesn't even have a gallery or anything. So he would be happy to
I mean,
have
even
anything.
gallery prices, that's ridiculous.
yeah.
So
Your feeling is this painting, it's a well-crafted painting. It's as an appraiser, this shows competency, but this isn't fine art. This is art produced for the commoner. This is, in modern money, this would be a $75 to $100 painting. So 1920s money, it'd be maybe $10. You're talking 2-3 pounds.
And you
The frame.
also worked in a museum.
If it were framed, it would be
Remember
worth.
that.
The frame would be worth
Trinidad
more than the
did.
painting.
Trinidad worked in a museum, and Trinidad has probably seen actual
She did.
masterpieces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, you're right.
So use that to your advantage as well.
Yep. So I just laugh at him at that price.
And this is the point where you would make a counter offer.
I would offer him
Offer him.
$3.
Well, you don't want to lowball.
no.
Yeah.
I'll offer him like I don't know.
20.
Yeah, something low like that. 20, 25.
So like 5 pounds.
Sure.
Okay, so say 5 pounds. Joe.
And I laugh at him when I say 5 pounds. And that's being
Well-
generous. Because I worked at the Fine Museum
Of Peru.
of Peru. And I know good art when I see it. And this is beautiful art. But nowhere near that.
You have the 5 pounds on you.
Sure.
Holds out his hand. The painting is yours, my lord.
Carry this for me.
I put the painting over my head.
Don't look at it. Just carry
It's a
it.
canvas, so you can't. It's
Oh,
a
it's a
framed
frame.
canvas.
Okay.
Yeah. So not. Yeah.
No hands or snakes are reaching out of the canvas at this point.
No.
That
No one
comes
has
later.
no one has been sucked into the canvas. Nothing on the canvas has stepped out of it.
We'll add it to our collection.
It's
It's Vigo.
it's not huge. It's maybe a 24-inch diameter, so probably around 11 by 17 on the order of.
Well, it's just like every event that I go to in Carlos, I always come home with a piece of art.
Make sure Armand gets that.
Oh, of course, Ahmad will receive the money. What sort of person do you take me for?
No, not the money, mind you.
Oh,
message.
yes, the note. Of course, he'll get it.
Yes.
You also noticed that the payment that she gave for the painting went into his pocket with the note for Ahmad. He didn't make any pretense of going behind a counter and putting it in the cash box.
So
It
this
went
painting
into
is
his
supposed
pocket.
to be Cleopatra with playing a game chess. Did you
Yeah,
say with someone else?
Mhm.
Nito crease.
He never
So
said
do we-
Nito Crease.
That's what I'm asking.
That's what
Do-
you interpreted it as.
I'm going to ask him if he knows anything about the person. That
Don't ask.
person. I'm asking him.
Don't say you're doing it. Do it.
So do you know anything about this other person in?
I think it's a
playing-
woman, and she has a snake on her arm.
You don't know who she is?
I believe she is Egyptian.
Just write down Egyptian snake woman.
you're okay.
What are your credentials again?
I was gonna say you're
Uh,
curator.
Just volunteer, I take it?
Oh, no, I'm not a volunteer. I'm compensated for my time here.
Do you work in this place?
In the pavilion?
Yes.
No, we just bought a painting for some
I
random-
did.
Some random blunder in there. Yeah, I work here. You want to buy 260 pounds? Yeah.
That's what I feel like just happened.
we're gonna walk
Sure,
out
yeah,
of
I
here
know
with
the
this
artist,
painting,
yeah.
and like now, security's gonna be like, hold on, what are you doing with that? That's not for sale.
Nothing. Run.
Off to the Kenyan exhibit now.
Australia.
Oh,
where
Australia?
we did
You did Australia.
Yeah.
That's right.
So Kenya.
Kenya.
All right.
Well, if you don't want to do Kenya now, we can go to Canada. That could be an exciting one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
never
cold.
know.
And there's
You never
mooses.
know what you might find at the Canada tent.
You can go to the Canada Pavilion if you like.
Why not?
Well, I mean, we
Save-
did get something here, so let's go see.
Save Kenya for last.
We still have time, right?
All right, so the Canada Pavilion looks like it's carved out. It's carved and sculpted, but it looks like the entire structure is naturally grown from trees. So it's a sculpture, but it's made to look like the whole pavilion is just a grove of maple trees.
This is where the druids live.
And in the center of the grove, there is a fountain of maple syrup. And in the center of the fountain, there is a 8-foot statue of Prince Edward of Wales, made of butter.
Oh,
Cool. So we are in the cholesterol tent.
We came to basically British Wisconsin.
Pretty much.
There's beaver pelts too somewhere in this place.
Unquestionably, there is a stand selling pelts and hats made out of pelts and wraps made out of pelts.
See,
Is there
if we
any
wouldn't have
French
gone,
influence
we would have
left in
missed
it?
that.
No,
Right.
no, there is not. There is absolutely
So
not.
Montreal is just left out.
Montreal is just ignored for all intents and purposes. Yes. About the closest they get is they probably have Belgian waffles to go with the maple syrup and butter.
Although that is tasty, so. All right,
Kenya.
Sam, let's go check out this canyon.
All right. You head towards the Kenya Pavilion, and it is closed. And there is a sign across the entrance, temporarily closed for refurbishment.
Interesting. We didn't destroy the Kenya tent.
Didn't we?
No.
Didn't we?
We were being followed by people while at the Kenya tent,
That's right.
and we split up and
Right.
left it. We did not destroy it.
That's
It was
right.
not part of the chase or whatever.
That's right.
I don't know what happened to the painting. I don't remember taking it.
No.
I just left the tent.
Oh, what's it done? Is it getting dark at least?
It is getting dark, yeah.
It-
Is anyone going to go look
Yeah.
at the Kenya Pavilion?
Yeah.
You want to peek in? Oh, all right.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, yeah.
So there's glass windows. You can look through it. And up against the back wall of it, you can see that there's a lot of construction going on clearly inside. You see woodworking tools and a lot of cleaning materials. And you can see that the back wall, there had been a very large painting, a big mural that went all the way across the back wall. And that mural looks as though someone had repainted it or thrown paint on it. As though it were badly disfigured. And
Vandalized.
did you guys do that when you left last time?
I don't remember. I'm not taking any credit.
And you see signs as you're looking around inside, like someone ripped up parts of it. You can see that there are planters that are shattered, and there's assorted broken.
Postal booth's kind of near it.
Australia's over there, and Canada's over there.
I'll talk to the Canadians. What happened to the Kenyan booth?
Oh,
They got to say
Something-
A at some
something
point.
got loose in there late at night. After the exhibit had closed, I think something must have escaped from the zoo and got loose in there, because paint was spilled all over the place and things were all clawed up. Nobody would admit that what escaped from the zoo, but I think it was a lion or possibly a panther.
Oh, it was something big then.
Definitely something large. We got in there. There were claw marks that long in some of the planters.
How did it get out?
No one knows. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but The display was, the pavilion was badly damaged, and several of the displays ruined.
Jeez.
Hmm.
Gee golly. That's a
Just glad that no one was hurt,
Canadian. Indeed.
How long ago did this happen?
and that it didn't come in here. Oh, about 3 months back, I think. They've been hard at work. No, it may not have been that long. Probably 2 months. They've been hard at work trying to repair things ever since. It was quite badly damaged.
Alright. Off to do some larceny. This would be neat.
So who's planning on participating in that? Nobody?
I am.
What happened?
You know what? We're gonna leave it all to Raven.
What?
She's the only one that's good at that,
All right.
and we'll let her. She'll let us know what happened.
Okay.
No, we'll.
Perfect.
we'll I'm going.
So we plan on what, burning down the Pendula?
Not burning
furnace?
down, but investigating.
Which may result
It
in a
could
building.
We're
possibly
going to
def-
burn it down. We're going in
Depends.
there. They're restructuring it.
You know something? That
What?
there was an entrance into the basement. Because that is how Samus, Declan, and Mustafa escaped the basement when we caught it on fire.
What, like a secret entrance? I don't think it was a secret entrance. I thought we like went through a window or something.
I thought we went through some hall and out through a hatch or something.
To get into the basement, there was a tomb
Yeah.
that was in a storage area behind Gavignon's office. That rang some bells.
Yes.
And you had to descend the stairs when the tomb slid out of the way to get into the hidden
So when
basement
we
area.
left, didn't we go through like one of the office windows?
So that basement area was completely closed out, so you came back up, went
Yeah.
through the
Yeah.
window
we,
from the storage
we
area.
did. We came back up.
So
Yeah.
we went through a window, I remember.
I
I
don't
thought it
remember
was-
that. See, I remember something being extremely heavy that we couldn't carry it out. And like the image that I had in my head was that something like there was another way down here. Because there's no way they would have got this coffin-like statue into the basement.
No, that's right. There was a door. There was a hidden door in one of the walls that you came out through.
Oh, I don't remember.
In the south wall of the.
And that went outside.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta remember that, because that's how we're gonna get in, man.
Do you remember, little buddy?
No.
Do I need to shake you a little bit?
I
You
think
remember now, little buddy?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, Skipper.
Skip that. Skipperette.
Yeah. So it was. This room
Yeah.
was the hidden room, and there was a hidden door over here that led out.
Cool. Which seems to be under the courtyard.
Hmm.
I don't know about that.
Assuming that this stuff is overlaid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The door
that looks like an elevator or something.
Yeah, that's the elevator.
Right.
But there was a door here.
There's a hidden door there that comes out right next to this door.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Is that the
Well,
one
let's do
where
our
you
best,
stayed upstairs?
Larceny.
When the bookcase
impersonation.
moved?
Let's try to break it.
No, that was at the mansion. I stayed
Okay.
upstairs when
I
the
have nothing that can help.
fireplace opened up or whatever.
And that was where?
The mansion on the
I
island.
think we should wait
the
for
miser
Elle to do
house.
this
Yes.
because her character does have skills that could be really beneficial right now.
Well, I have like some skills too, but not as much as she does.
Yeah, I think we should
But
wait.
I have like lock picking and all the.
Yeah, we got this. Plus, I got a cold.
Thought you had an M1 Grand.
I'm not taking the Springfield with me. I got my Colt Automatic with me, my 45 caliber handgun.
You know, I only have 1 point in evidence collection.
Don't
So
worry
I
about
mean-
that.
I mean, this
You get us in there. You get us in there.
But I can filch stuff from the place while I'm breaking it.
There you go.
I got plenty of points in that.
And I can concoct something to blow this motherfucker up.
Once and for all again?
Huh?
No? Once and for all?
Yeah. Finally, just get it over with. Penny Foundation, dust.
Yeah, you have like plans for a nuclear weapon. I don't know what you're waiting for.
It needs to be assembled.
Yeah.
I'm still working on the math and the chemicals, man.
All right, let's break
math
into
or the
this. Let's break on in.
I'm using those instructions to make meth.
All right.
We can make money on that.
So I'm gonna need a sneak roll from one of you, the four of you, for the group.
So you're talking stealth.
Yeah, to try and sneak
How about
in.
how
to the
about
back.
sense trouble before we even break into the place? Or is that
Yeah.
automatic?
I'm not gonna call for that.
Are,
at
are
this
we
stage.
are we the ones
We're causing
causing
the
the
trouble.
sense
Yeah.
trouble?
I think you are. Yeah. So
All right, so that night then. So after this,
No,
Like-
at night.
It's
Yeah.
at night, yes.
yeah.
Or
but
not
what I'm
not
saying
after
is
that
like
night.
after the world,
after the
Fair.
exhibition.
after the exhibition, right? I will put on appropriate clothing
Sure.
for sleuthing around at night,
Like a Pink Panther outfit?
but not pink.
Okay.
Burgundy,
Yeah.
turquoise.
Yeah.
Yes. So you guys dress appropriately for being sneaky. I need one person to give me a stealth roll.
Not it.
Tell me if you're spending points.
I'll spend 2 points.
All right. So you're gonna make the stealth roll for the group.
Why not? I got points.
And where is it you're trying to sneak to?
You wanted to break into one of the areas that had wood covering.
Or if there's a secret door, I mean, go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
The secret door.
Spending 2, can I give him one?
It cost you 2 to give me 1. If I roll a 1, it just ain't gonna matter.
Remember, we just started London. It's a question of do you want to spend all of your team?
Yeah, I'm
group's
only going to
resources
spend
now?
2 points on this. If we
I'm
get
just
caught by the
saying-
guards, we're just going to have to kill
Alright,
Okay.
I'm in for it. I just didn't know.
them. So I guess we're going to the courtyard, the secret passage, under the fountain, or whatever it was. I mean, it's been
Alright.
too long for me to remember.
Sure.
And when I roll this 1, then you will not regret.
Stop it! Roll a 6.
There I
you
got
go.
a 7.
All right. Yeah. You guys, you sneak up to the secret door. You remember from the last time you were here how to pop it open. And you guys sneak quietly back into the sub-basement. This is where you set the fire. So you get down here and it's fairly badly burned. It smells of, smoke and char, and you see that there's nothing, doesn't look like there's anything intact stored down here. There's some ruined furniture and a lot of ash.
No evidence of repair or cleaning this place out, or
Not in this area.
let's just keep going.
Keep searching then. Go through.
So I'm going to take the ladder back up to the storage area on the second floor.
Yeah.
Or on the first floor, I guess,
Yeah.
since you're above the basement, the ground floor.
Mm-hmm.
So we snuck in. We snuck in here.
Yep.
There's nothing in here.
Well, there's a lot of ash. It's a bit of a mess.
Right. So,
So you guys are going to have ash all over your shoes, right? I mean, it's
Yeah, I'll
kind
put
of
some extra on my
inevitable.
face to try to
I just mean when you start going through other
to
parts of the
undo what
building,
she's done.
you're going to be leaving.
I'll put some in my hair.
No! I start wiping them off real quick.
You're going to be leaving a trail
Oh
of, of ash-covered footprints. It's kind of inevitable at this point.
It's inevitable. It's inevitable.
I'm back to normal. I feel better now.
We can get up, take our shoes off.
You can,
We'd be more quiet that way too.
if you'd like.
Doesn't really matter if we leave footprints.
Yeah. We are here for
Is it
3
clean?
weeks and a day. All
Do I have
right.
to walk on a dirty floor if I take my shoes off?
No, because we're going to go up the steps, take our shoes off, and then walk through, do our investigating.
Okay.
All right.
Wyatt and his, with his
I'll
little
listen.
suspicion.
I'll listen to them.
Well, you see, the footprints on the floor won't matter after the building's been burned down.
That's okay.
What is it you guys are looking for?
Well, all right. When we get up the ladder and we open the mechanical sarcophagus, what is in this room?
This is a storage room. Well, last time you were here, it was a storage room. There were a lot of wooden crates in here.
That's right.
Since after you left last time, there was a fire. And the nice thing about wooden crates filled with wood shavings is they burn really well. So again, you got up here and there is a lot of ash. This room does show more signs of cleanup work. The walls show, there's a lot of fresh naked plaster on the walls where the lathing and the plaster is in the process of being replaced.
So we're in this room right here.
You are in that room right there.
So
No.
we'll go through this door.
Actually, I think we're in this room here.
No,
Nate.
that's Gavignon's office.
That's
You
where
were
we're
in that.
headed.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go to Gavignon's office.
You drawing on that beautiful fucking map?
Yes, I am. It says right here, player notes. That's a note.
You photocopy this, somebody can scribble all over it.
John, are you going to be using this again?
I have more than one copy.
Okay.
Oh man,
Stop
Take
yelling
that.
at him, Hugh.
Here. I'm going to draw
He's in the
penis on
moment.
this now. I'm not.
The most important notes possible.
Exactly.
dick move.
So, at this point, so you're moving into Gavignon's office. I would like one person, again, you guys decide who, to give me a sense trouble roll.
I will do it this time. I will spend 2 points.
Okay?
That's an 8.
All right. As you reach for the door knob that leads into what you recall, there's like a closet
I don't recall anything.
from the notes.
I gotcha.
This was a storage room, then there was a closet, and then there was Gavignon's office.
Right.
From the notes and from the sketched map that you have.
So what is there? A tripwire? Is there like a big piece of like a metal thing, like a
Guillotine.
Yeah, guillotine.
Yeah,
At the-
there's totally a guillotine. No. You hear the sound of music playing on the other side of that door. It sounds like jazz being played, kind of scratchy sound coming off of presumably a recorder.
Ooh, he's at home.
I like that music. Sounds good. Somebody's home.
So are you gonna go dancing through the door?
I'm already dancing. I hear music, I start dancing.
Okay.
It's what I do. I'm
Okay.
swaying. I got you swaying with me now.
So you're dancing.
No.
No.
Dancing's not quiet.
No,
No,
I'm not
no.
dancing.
Oh, okay.
He's in or somebody's in. Do we kick the door and surprise them? Or do we not go in this room?
Let's not go in this room and go around somewhere.
We have no guns,
Yeah, we do.
but those weren't legally brought into the country. Just saying.
At this point, it doesn't matter.
We're legally not allowed to burn things down either, but we do.
Actually,
Fire's not illegal.
can
Only
I
guns
peek
are.
through the keyhole?
Ooh.
Absolutely.
All right. What do I see on the other side of this?
You see
Another eye.
this keyhole this door is set right behind a wet bar. So you're peering through a bottle of some kind of brown liquor.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other side of it, you see a green, those stereotypical green lawyer's desk lamps
Mm-hmm.
is illuminating a desk over there. So it kind of shows a hazy light through the bottle that you're looking through. And beyond that, you do see someone is sitting at the desk, bent down, intently writing in a journal. You can't
Discern
tell
who it is.
because of the fact you're looking through a keyhole, through a liquor bottle, at
Mhm.
basically a shadow of a person coming from the way the light is set.
Try and sneak in there. Exactly.
Well, wait until he goes.
Well, we came here for a reason. Okay, so we can do one of two things. We can stop this room. We know they're there. Don't go in there. Go check out the rest of the house, see if there's anything going on.
This is the only way out from the secret
No, it isn't.
basement.
We got another door right over here that goes to the main hall.
Let's see if anybody else is in this place. Then we'll have to come to his rescue if we go in there, make a noise, and this guy starts yelling. How many people are going to come running to help him?
We could uncharacteristically end this by literally busting in 4 people with guns and just go in blasting. No questions asked. Shit.
To be honest, going through my mind right now, my primary reason for being here is revenge. This is one of my best friends that these people murderized.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, that's not a bad option.
That's also Samus's motivation at the moment.
Yeah. So I'm all for,
I'm all for some good revenge here. I just want to make sure the
I
person
think I'm
I'm
in it
killing,
for revenge.
because I'm not so
I
far
think.
off the deep end yet
Your
that
adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm not so
still-
far off the deep end yet that I'm just going to be like, anybody is going to die. It needs to be the right people. So I want to make sure that this is Mr. Gavignon. So what I'm thinking of doing
So I'm
is
saying-
opening that door with the gun drawn on him, saying Edward Gavignon, or asking, are you Edward Gavignon? If he replies yes, then that's not shooting.
What
Well,
happens
what
when
if
you
it-
open up that door and there's a couch over here, a couple of couches, and there's a bunch of people sitting on them?
There's 3 other people here.
I'm just
Or
saying.
what if he says, no?
Then we
that.
tie his ass
Like
up.
a question, no?
Then we order him to the ground, put his hands out, tie his ass
No,
up,
we
and see what he
shoot
was
those
writing.
questions later.
Yeah.
We can go outside, wait for the police to come, be like, oh, who was killed in there?
There you go. Like God sort him out.
Yeah.
he's
What
guilty
happened?
because he's in the building.
Yeah,
There's that mentality. Whoever's in the building must be guilty.
that's true.
All right, so
Bust down the door.
what are we doing? Are we assaulting this individual?
It's a security guard just like sitting at the boss's desk,
Writing in a journal?
listening
I don't
to
think
the
so.
boss's music.
He might be playing tic-tac-toe.
I think it's exciting, so I'll
Better idea. I'm gonna. 2 of us stay in the closet. 2 of us go around that way. When he gets up to inspect this, like a knock on the door, obviously, that's when we come out of the closet. Get a good view of him. I know what this dude looks like. If it's Gavignon, we blast. If not, then it's just a simple robbery.
Alexander.
If it's Alexander, he's going down.
Yeah, but he's kind of he's got some moves now.
I don't know what kind of moves he has, but I don't think he's going to move faster than the 10 friends that I have loaded at the moment.
Well, that's probably.
Say hello to my little
And an
friend.
automatic? It's got to be 26. I don't know the exact number of bullets in it. I'll find out for you. Just
Keeping in mind 1925.
well, it's 1911, so
Didn't think that was the year it actually came out, but regardless.
I mean, this could be.
from 1911 to 1986.
Okay, my bad.
That's a
Well,
capacity.
we
of-
could just go in shooting and then see what he was writing down and take that. I mean, that might be information that we're going to find.
Shoot first, shoot some more. If anyone's still
I
breathing,
feel like-
try and ask them some questions.
Anybody
7
that's
rounds.
in here
7
doesn't
rounds.
7
need
rounds.
to be around either way, right? Anybody that's in here doesn't need to live.
Go around. We'll be in the closet. You knock on that door. I'm going to watch.
I'm going to knock on it.
Somebody is.
I'll be like, hey, what you doing?
Just knock.
And I'll be like,
You don't-
is
don't
this
have to
the
say-
Sunoco?
You don't have to say a word. All you have to do is knock. That way he'll get up from his desk.
Okay.
Or not.
Or I can dance, and he'll come and see what the dancing is about.
I'm waiting for him to say, "Are you going to come out already?"
We're whispering this.
Yeah.
We're not like, what should we do? Should we just kill this guy? What do you want to do, man? I say we blast him. I don't know. It's a viable
You
plan.
guys don't want to check the rest of the house first
No,
to see if he has any?
no. This is the big man's office.
I think my character's curiosity is sort of like making him twitchy. He wants to know if that's Gavignon.
So you go and open the door.
I'm not going to do that yet, but he is certainly anxious.
You go knock then. Go around.
I think I'm just
Knock on the
super
door.
excited to see what's going to
Or do
unfold here.
something that will make
I'm a
him get
little
up.
nervous about what else is in the house that can come from behind us. So, but
It's burnt
besides
out.
that,
It's a burnt out warehouse.
if
and a-
Gavignon's here though, he has got to have some kind of protection.
Yeah.
He's going to have his.
Well, we
His
thought that
boys
about
around.
Penhew too, but we blew the shit out of him.
Well, then let's go. Just do it. Here, I'm knocking. You guys ready?
You're gonna go around?
Uh,
Yeah, go around.
all right.
Yep.
You
Who's
can
going
go
out into the hallway?
I guess I'll go with
During,
you.
I'm going.
All right.
Yeah.
One of the two of
He's
you
yeah.
heading out into the hallway. Give me a sense trouble roll.
You want to spend points on this one.
Let me get out my beautiful dice, and I'll do it.
Your cursed die, yeah.
What is wrong with this guy? I don't even know why he plays. Why are you here?
I'm here to agitate you.
I don't ever want to watch a baseball game with Rich
No.
because it'll be a little.
So such trouble. I have
This guy's gonna strike out. Yeah.
No, it's going to be like, did you know he's got a perfect game going through 3 innings?
The score is 20-3. The Browns can't lose.
That's not funny.
I know. Believe me, I watched the game. I know.
I'm worried about my son's trouble, and that just clicked. All right, I have 4. Should I spend 2, or just 1?
You spend something.
Spend 1.
I'll spend 1. And I got 2.
Awesome.
Shit!
There's one person here that's happy.
Just because you're always right.
Turn that camera off right now.
So,
I told you to back up. Now I'm falling all over him. Apparently.
you guys open the door, and you come walking out into the hallway.
It was a good
Let me
plan.
just see that map.
The
Memory
security
serves.
guard.
This
Exactly.
happened last week. We
So
kept
you
rolling
come
real
out.
bad.
You're coming out this
I
doorway
did.
right here, right? And as you open the door and step out, the security guard comes down those stairs and sees the two of you stepping out into the hallway. Excuse me. The museum's currently closed. What are you doing here?
I thought this was the Sunoco. I got lost. No, I'm lost. I'm trying to find my way, and
That's where you start shooting.
no, I'm not gonna start shooting. I'm just gonna tell them I'm lost and I found my way, and you
You
guys
were
can hear me
invited.
talking.
You were invited by Gavignon.
Well, they're in the room that you're walking out of. He's probably going to look in there now.
Oh,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You were.
All right. As soon as I hear the security guard, and I'm ready to know, I kick the door open.
You kick the door
I
open?
kick that door right on open.
All right. So you're talking to this guy. You're standing right behind her in the doorway. Pretty obvious. You kick the door open. A man immediately pivots, and you recognize it's Gavignon.
I'm shooting him.
Hold on.
I'm pushing him in front of me. By the way, I'm talking to him, but I'm pushing him in front of me for that one.
Hey, you
For that one.
you rolled
Just
it.
want to...
You jinxed it every time. Just don't even say anything when people roll, and you'll be fine.
Well, it makes me
Because you're
feel-
gonna die if you keep doing that.
Oh, yeah?
I just want... There we go. Just want to make sure that I do this fairly. As fairly as possible. So...
lightning bolts shoot out of his eyes.
Yeah.
He's going to kill us as fairly as possible.
Yeah. All right. So
He says, "Yeah." You're not supposed to say that.
you're gonna get to go first.
All right.
What are you
gonna-
doing?
Oh, I'm pumping as many bullets as I can squeeze out as
All
fast
right.
as I can.
All right.
So-
Give me a firearms roll. Tell me if you're spending points.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely spending points.
Awesome.
I'm gonna spend 3 points on this
Okay.
because this is the man who killed my
I ain't gonna say
good
anything.
friend.
Oh, I said something.
Doesn't matter. I got a 4.
That's a hit.
Natural.
Give me a damage roll.
Natural.
That's
Not so
you.
I don't know what a damage on a 45 is. Let me find out. I don't know how far away I am, all that fun stuff.
You're not going to be at point blank, unfortunately.
Right. That's a vehicle. Aircraft. No, not flying a plane until. Here we go. Firearms.
Yeah, so it's going to be a d6 plus 1.
That would be 2.
Okay. So you graze his shoulder, and he looks at you, and he's, he raises his hand and gestures with you, and you see he makes a crushing motion. And as he does that, you feel an intense pain in your right arm.
It's not that intense.
Did you roll like I did?
Yeah.
It was a pinch.
You feel a pain in your arm, but you focus and you're able to kind of shrug it off.
All right.
And that's when I come in.
All right, give me take the shot.
Yeah, I'm spending points.
All right.
If I can find my. Five.
You hit. Give me the damage.
Ooh. Ouch.
7.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So
The hand that he was holding, he was gripping, squeezing closed as he's trying to use magic. I blow his fingers off.
Gone.
You put a bullet right into the side of his throat, and he starts spurting blood and collapses to the ground, and passes out. When there's blood jetting out of his, so you go rushing in and
Oh yeah.
try to be thorough. Okay, before you can do that, the security guard has heard the gunshots and has drawn his club and is trying to barrel past you, because obviously a woman is no threat at all, to beat on you with the club.
I've been beat before. I have a knife for whatever it's worth.
He misses.
He comes charging in and takes a big swing at you and slams the club into the top of the door frame.
I'll stab back.
At the security guard?
I'll spend 1 point.
All right.
7.
Yes, you hit. Give me a damage roll.
5.
You slash forward across the security guard's torso and through his clothes, through his center of his abdomen, and his intestines come pouring out.
You've seen that before.
How about
in,
just a regular
Mustafa.
stab? Like, we run.
You've seen that before.
And he collapses to the ground with a brief moan that ends rather abruptly.
Okay.
Oh, that was exciting.
Is there anything you wanted to do?
Kick him.
Kick him when he's down? Sure, why not? Words to live by.
That's so exciting.
You're going to run over and put another round into the guy's skull.
Yeah. Nuke him from space. It's the only way to be sure.
Anything you want to do? Roll?
That's for some.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
So I am going to say we need to get out of here quick. As I say that, I am moving to the desk,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I'm going to do try to collect
Yes.
anything that seems pertinent. The journal that he was
a
writing
stack
in.
there's the journal, there's some letters, there's a stack of papers, there's a briefcase off to the side. You can just do the
Yeah.
sweep everything in
everything
the
in the
briefcase.
Check the drawers.
Yeah.
Sure.
Does he have anything on his person?
So this is going to take a little time
All right.
if you're starting to ransack.
I'm gonna start checking too.
Yeah.
Just looking around.
I'll watch out for more security people.
Another security guard comes hurrying down the hallway. Actually, no. You see a security guard run down the front stairs, and he's running out the front door, unlocking them and running out.
I'll try to intercept. I'll run after him.
Okay, so it's going to take him a couple of minutes to get all the bolts and deadlocks open on the door.
I'll
before he
slash
can-
toward his legs.
All right, so yeah, give me the weapons
Even
roll.
if I don't kill him, he can't
Are you
run.
spending points?
I'll spend 1 point.
All right.
A 2.
All right. That is not going to connect. Wait, hold on. That is not going to connect.
Okay.
I'll try.
Okay, you're coming into.
I'm gonna run. Yeah.
What weapon do you have?
I picked up something in there that
Actually,
I'm gun.
The
You
billy
Is there a
club,
gun?
You
or-
also have a
Do you have a
gun.
gun?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just use my gun then.
All right.
Do you have weapon skill?
Firearms.
Firearms.
I'm using weapons.
I have
Do you have scuffle or weapons?
I have 3 weapons.
Billy club that was dropped by the guard that
You
was
got.
just
You
killed.
can use the billy club, or do you have firearms skill?
Actually, I was putting the oral. Yes, I have 2.
Okay.
Bust his kneecap with the
All
billy
right.
club.
Then
Less
which are you
noise.
using? The weapons or the firearms? Are you using the billy club for the weapons or the pistol for the firearms?
I think I'm gonna use the gun
Awesome.
because I'm a lady. And
Are you
not
spending
like-
points?
I will. I'll spend 1.
All right.
Alright, I gotta get him now. 3, 4,
You hit. Give me a damage roll.
and the same. 1.
1. All right. You charged in there and went to stab him and missed. As you were down stabbing, you feel a bullet come flying over your head.
Sorry,
and
nobody.
connects with this guy's shoulder, and he's shot. He's rather surprised by this. You guys are rifling through stuff at this point. He's gonna get to swing back at you. He's gonna pull out his billy club and try and hit you with it. That is gonna hit for 4 health damage. So he yanks the club off of his belt and clocks you across the head with it.
I'm used to that. I'll
Probably.
attack back.
All right.
I'll still go for his legs.
Okay.
5.
You hit. Give me damage.
A 6.
You managed to stab right in the upper thigh area as you were going for his thighs and severed an artery. He's gushing out.
More decoration. I feel more like I used to be with the soot and the blood now.
Yeah, you got it going on. He collapses unconscious as he's bleeding out.
I run over and kick him.
So, alright, so we're rummaging through shit, and then we hear a gunshot in the hall.
You hear a gunshot and several shouts. That combat was not quiet.
I yell, see what's going on, as I'm like rummaging through crap.
Oh, did I already go through his pockets?
You were still going through his pockets when that happened.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll just shout out for you guys to hurry up.
Yeah.
There's more coming.
Okay.
So we hurry up.
I think, at this point, I think, like, whatever we have is what we have, and we're gonna go the same way we came out.
Back out through the
Back out the
hidden
same
back
way we
door.
came
I'll
in,
take the
yeah.
keys from the security guard
Sure.
before I leave.
Yeah.
No reason not to.
And one last caveat. On that wet bar, I'm sure has nice high-proof
Oh,
alcohol.
absolutely.
Pains me to do it, but I'm going to throw that on the floor. There we
Light
go.
it up, baby. Light it up.
Like I said,
There
who
we go.
cares about the soot?
Okay.
I like it. Light it up.
Okay. And leaving the bodies where they are before you torch it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you guys make your way out.
Let's go to that newspaper, dude.
I'm gonna need one more stealth roll. You guys are trying to sneak through the city of London back to your B&B.
We're not covered in soot and blood or anything.
Exactly. That's why I mentioned it. Who
it's
wants to
nighttime.
make it for me?
Who could see us?
Nate's rolling hot tonight.
They have gas lights.
You are kind of. Yeah. You're the one covered the most. I think you should.
What,
make
you want
it.
me to roll? I have 1 point left. I'm not going to spend it.
Well, then wait
So-
a minute.
Who's got stealth and?
Elle does.
I have 3 stealth.
But you guys decided to go in without her.
Yeah.
There you go. You're doing it.
1 roll.
One roll.
1 stealth.
How many points are you spending?
We're making it through the city. I'll just I'll do 1.
All right.
7.
Oh, I got 7.
All
I
right.
did it.
Yeah, you guys managed to find the appropriate back alleys and unlit areas to keep yourselves concealed and made your way back to the hotel. To the B&B.
Our
We just
landlord.
murdered a dude.
Our landlord will not.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about the other dude. I'll leave that.
Not just a dude.
So
Gavin Yan.
Wait a minute. I just murdered a dude. Wait a minute here.
Not just a dude.
but we might
You
not be
murdered
done
the
yet.
dude.
The guy. Yeah, but he walked up to him and was just like, "This is for Solly."
We might still have to kill the landlord
And
too.
what? Did you hit him?
I'm just
when you
saying.
shot him?
In the shoulder.
Well,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
hard to miss when you put your gun right to their head.
No,
Oh.
in the beginning.
No, I
His
did.
first
Shot.
shot hit, yeah.
Yeah.
It just didn't. I just grazed them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I blasted his
Then you
neck
blasted
apart.
him. Yeah.
You double tapped his face.
Gavin Yan is
Vengeance was ours tonight.
dead. Yeah. We spent
think
a
my
lot of
character
points.
would
I spent a lot of
probably
points. But
I think after this, the excitement and the adrenaline is like worn off. My character vomits.
I would, yeah. That seems
Did
fitting.
you want to vomit
I'm
on
like,
me?
oh.
That would add to my.
Go ahead. You know, just to see what happens. Why don't you give me a stability roll on that?
I will not spend any points.
All right.
You can spend some points, or can you spend
You
points? on
can.
something? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't lose sanity,
Yeah.
but this is a sanity check.
Yeah, I don't. I think my character is just like. We'll see. 2.
Yeah. Go ahead and lose a point of stability. That was a pretty unsettling experience. I'm pretty sure your character hasn't been in the homicide business before.
No.
It's not
You were in the
part
war?
of an academic.
No.
Oh.
My character was a researcher during the war.
Oh, okay.
So he
He
probably
figured out the weapons that other people use.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. You just have guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have to see the bloodshed. Now that I'm actually seen it, I'm
You're not a
sick.
big fan?
I'm not a fan of it. Yeah.
Especially since you didn't actually see Gavignon do anything horrible.
I think my character, because he has Cthulhu mythos, might know that Gavignon was trying to do something bad.
Sure.
He's knowledgeable of this kind of stuff, even if he doesn't partake in the rituals shit. But I think maybe that's sort
You know
of
what?
fueled his.
Why doesn't everybody give me a stability roll? I think it's probably appropriate since none of you
I'm
are
enjoying
really hard
myself.
pillars. Yeah. 2.
I got a 5. See, I told you I was
Yeah,
enjoying
you are
myself.
enjoying yourself.
I got a 6.
Yeah, you guys
Murder
I kicked
hobo.
him.
Not just a hobo, you're a murder hobo.
go ahead and take a point of stability off because even with the things you've seen,
Yeah, well, that was done by other people. This was me.
yeah,
I'm sure blowing someone's brains to the
out
front of their head.
was
Yeah,
unsettling.
a little. I feel good about it,
You
but
feel vindicated about it,
Yeah.
but you still
Yeah.
don't feel right that you were the headman, as the case may be. So yeah, you guys get back to the hotel, or the B&B rather, and what are you doing?
cleaning up
Rationalizing what happened.
Calming down.
and then checking the spoils.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then checking what? The notes?
Oh, we collected a bunch
Yeah.
of
There's
shit.
much
stuff.
stuff that you can grab. So.
So you did set a fire.
We
You're
did.
pretty sure the Penyu Foundation is going to burn pretty thoroughly, and possibly neighboring buildings. You got the keys for the Penyu Foundation.
Yeah.
You found several keys. One of which you've identified a set of car keys.
Mhm.
You identify a set of keys that you're pretty sure would be for a flat, and you identify another set of keys that you're pretty sure would be for an estate. just based on the way the keys are
Yeah,
arranged.
old skeleton key for one, more
Yeah.
modern one for another.
Yeah. So basically, vehicle, and then 2 sets of other keys. You find an ID. You find a billfold, and you find a membership card for the Blue Pyramid Club. And that's probably about it of note
The journal.
from going through. That was from going through his
Yeah.
pockets.
Oh, the pockets. I got you. Okay.
The
That-
trip to the newspaper is looking like a pretty bad idea about right now, isn't it?
so that's what
Why?
Dr. O'Donnell found.
You don't think that
Roland going through
newspaper
the
guy won't be suspicious?
He's not the type of guy who would care.
He wants the story.
Yeah.
he's not impeded by a whole lot of ethics.
Yeah.
He's going to be happy with this story.
We could spin that story as, wow, it looks like maybe the government might have had, the special police might have read your story. Because they make people disappear. Just talk to any Irish people.
Right.
Roland,
Yes.
you go through the briefcase. You find a letter from Dr. Alexander to Edward Gavignon with descriptions of the 3 of you, as well as a description of Samus, warning that these people appear to be actively investigating things in New York and maybe proceeding to other locations. There's a note in the letter indicating that he has sent similar letters to
Hofang.
Hofang,
And
in-
elsewhere.
no, just to Hofang as well.
Okay.
And Dr. Alexander, you said?
Yeah.
From Dr. Alexander.
Oh,
Yeah, what's
From
the
Dr.
return
Alexander.
address?
It's
So-
coming out of Boston,
Okay.
or out of Arkham, more specifically.
When was it dated?
About a week and a half ago.
Okay.
The envelope actually has a nice little Zeppelin stamp on it.
Gotcha. Okay.
And there's a journal which is written in some kind of cipher.
Okay.
Does anyone have cryptography?
Yes.
Well played. If you would like to spend a point of cryptography,
I do.
it's going to take you some time to go through the journal. But the gist of what you're able to get is a lot of frustration about these foolish friends of Jackson's and all the damage that they caused and the delays that they have caused. The Henson manufacturing repairs are about 70% complete, but they're having to re-import the source samples and redo the schematics, which put things several months behind in addition to the delays in manufacturing. The Meeser house has had to be knocked down and completely rebuilt from the ground up. He's got construction crews working there, and he's had to make sure that the construction crews were composed entirely of cult members, so that they wouldn't react during cult ceremonies, which means that the labor isn't as skilled as you would like it to be. The Penhue Foundation building repairs have been put to the bottom of the list because he believes that the Meeser house work is far more important. And the journal recounts the various stages of the repairs, when people were hired, and how things have been progressing. There's also a couple of references to the mask, or the Crown of
Crown?
Eyes, that he is in the process of having a new one made, and then a few additional notes about the progress towards the master plan, and that Hofang has taken charge of it since Penhu's disappearance, or since Penhu's, the incident after which Penhu's communications ended. And that Hofang is in the process of identifying a new location to use as a facility for the launch. This journal only really covers the last 2 to 3 months,
Okay.
so you don't have a full context on what he means by everything.
Okay. Probably over the next few days is when
It's going to take a few
I
days
get
to go
all
through
that
all
info.
that. Yeah.
So.
And all that info was from Dr. Alexander?
No,
No.
that was in Gavignon's journal, which was written in a cipher.
Yeah.
So I'll probably relay all this information to you as I learn more. Deciphering
We're going to
everything.
We're going to say that's going to take 2 days of solid work to get all of that deciphered. So add 2 more days on the calendar, noting that he's deciphering that. Is there anything? You said you were specifically going to lay low.
Yeah, 2 days.
Samus and Trinidad. Is there anything?
I'm making him clean up again.
I thought we
Get
were
all that
gonna,
soot off of him.
I thought we were gonna go out and get the Monday edition of the Scoop.
Or go give the Monday edition of the Scoop. It's more like
Both.
it. We should go give it.
No, we'll just read it. We're laying low for
Yeah, I mean, you can pick it up from the newsstand.
What fun is
That's
laying
not-
low?
It's very funny.
You would probably be the least suspicious person of everybody here. I mean,
Yeah.
because you are a lady, wealthy.
Yeah, I mean, they really literally walk right past me to shoot him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. You all cleaned up there, buddy? Yeah. You have to stay in disguise.
Well,
It's
you
working.
do find a copy of the Scoop without a problem, and it does have a rather lengthy article about the foul British aristocrat who is not named in it, that was trading secrets with the Japanese and was blown up by the very bomb that he was trying to provide them the schematics for. And it includes a photograph of the schematics that you presented, but there's massive redacted lines covering many parts of the schematic.
So he redacted it even more.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And there's a note on it that is provided courtesy of naval intelligence.
Awesome.
It's like the weekly world.
We
It's
should
like
totally
that boy found in cave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We should
And
totally tell him about
that's
this.
probably a good stopping point for us tonight. We can pick up for that probably Wednesday morning after you've finished translating the journal, and you guys can discuss what your next steps are in the city of London. What's the date on that Wednesday morning?
Wednesday morning will be the 20th.
All right, so
So we gotta
let's
make it till
note
when?
20th
that
of
we will
May.
be
Till the
picking up on May
To the
20th.
6th. Well,
Well,
I
we
mean,
still got
we
plenty
made
to
it like
do.
3 days. We're doing really good. I
We
think
still
so.
got plenty to do.
Well, the cult
Alright.
apparently is still very active.
Yes,
And it's
extremely
Yeah.
active
and it
Well, we
once,
just killed their
centered in
leader. So
one of them.
yeah, but once Zara realizes that he's dead,
She's gonna wanna
she's
take
gonna
over.
So,
we need to go to the Miser house.
All right.
well,
that's,
yeah.
We'll figure it out.
that's probably a good stopping point
Kill
for
that,
tonight. To anyone that's watching along, thank you for your time and interest. Check in on our Facebook page. That's Masters of Nyarlathotep at Immortals Inc. and let us know your thoughts.